Hi. Tiger. Well, I'll just welcome his guest for him. Let me turn this down here. Hi, Michael, and Long Lived Coins and Frostbite, and myself, Long Lived Coins, West Texas Stacker, and Six Pack 110. It's a lot of six packs. Hi, Gilbert Rogers. And Tiger, good to see you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you and see you now.
I'm sorry. I had this all set up and went to get some caffeine for the headache. Came back and I could hear you talking and all that, and nothing on my screen worked. I had to reset the entire computer.
Well, I'm glad you're back with us. I welcomed your guest.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome,
Sure.
everyone. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties.
No problem. I probably should take my chewing gum out too. I was like sitting chomping on gum.
I understand. So let's see here. So thank you for welcoming everyone.
Sure.
And let me see about getting the camera working.
Do you and Tim shop, or what? Maybe that's supposed to be shop at the same place for the blue sweaters. Well, if Tim is shopping at the place that I am shopping for my blue sweaters, we better question him. on why you shopping in the ladies department. Dog World and you, good to see you.
Hey, baby, you there?
She's here.
Okay.
And go Wayne's Treasure Adventures. I think I said that right. It's way down there. I need my glasses.
Why don't you ever put them on?
Because I don't have any. I mean, I do, but my prescription's like so old.
I know that feeling all too well.
Yeah. So I use those granny glasses when I want to read.
So welcome, everyone. Sorry for the technical delays. Blame it on the headache and needing caffeine. So, and then when I came back, the computer just wanted to just glitch on me. Absolutely glitch. So, our topic for today is monetary metals being accepted as currency. So I wanted to bring that to your attention because I find that this is getting to be an interesting situation. None of us want to be controlled by the government. None of us are very happy about CBDCs. I've recently released a video that talked about 4 different states that have accepted gold and silver as currency, and I wanted to go into that a little bit more, especially because I found out that my state of West Virginia, it might be the 5th state
to accept it as currency.
As currency.
I have some questions about that as well, because I'm not a big fan of the gold backs, and I believe that's why a lot of people want to see their states accept gold and silver as currency, is for the gold back reason.
I can understand where you're coming from. I don't think if I'm guessing now, I'm only guessing. I'm researching this right now. I'm early into my research. I don't have definitive answers. I have definitive questions, and
I do as well, and I do as well, and that all goes back to we're being taxed on bullion and on gold and silver coins.
Well, that's up in Maine, and I feel for you. I really hate that for
But
you.
more states than not are being taxed on their gold and silver coins and bullion.
That is true.
So, and I've got all the states listed that are the only states that are tax exempt are Alaska, Delaware, New Hampshire, Montana, and Oregon. Now, other states have a threshold.
West Virginia doesn't tax.
But do they have a threshold?
No.
Meaning, no. Okay.
No, they got rid of that in 2019.
Okay.
And I found that out when I first started buying, because the company I was trying to buy from, which one was it? It was ITM Trading, Lynette Zhang's company.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful lady, but I won't buy from her company because the person I had was trying to pull a lot of shenanigans. But I found out, from my pawn shop dealer, that law doesn't exist anymore. I found out from a number of other sources, and I've just recently found out when it happened, of 2019, because I got wind that West Virginia has got 2 bills sitting in the House for the not National House of
Right,
Congress,
the state house,
the state house,
state assembly.
That might be what they call them, but I thought they was like House of Delegates or House of something else. Anyway, 2 bills. Bill number 1, Bill 4382. Bill number 2, Bill 4582. And I'm almost certain I got those numbers correct. And the first one's talking about getting gold and silver recognized as currency. And the second one's talking about putting I guess the right word is the state's treasurer or whatever, to have a depository or repository for state-owned gold and silver. So, me being me, I come up with
It's so conflicting. The information is so conflicting.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm having a hard time running, and I'm running across that in a lot of states. I know for my state, as a matter of fact, that we do have a state sales tax. Now, I just looked about West Virginia because, when I was looking through, I didn't see West Virginia as sales tax exempt. But it says in 2019, West Virginia took the first step towards treating gold and silver as money by repealing the state sales tax on gold and silver bullion. But as of right now, you're still paying a 6% sales tax and possibly an additional 1% added by your local government. So your local government can also tax you if they want to. So you still are paying a 6% sales tax on your gold and silver bullion if you're buying it through online sources.
I'm not. I'm telling you.
Oh, and I believe you. And I believe you. And I do believe you. But there is a lot of conflicting information out there.
I'm listening.
No, I just think this is what information's correct.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But I started buying in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I woke up. So it was 2 years after they passed the law in 2019.
Hi, Craig.
And I am working. Hey, everyone. Whoever I've not said hello to, which is pretty much everyone. Hey, everyone.
Hi, my kitten and Supreme Ginger Stacker and Jean.
So thank you for being my hello person. I wrapped up in all this.
Metal, I can't see at the bottom of the light.
Hey, Metal.
I'm sorry.
Metal Matt.
Metal Matt. Good to see you. Thank you.
And then there's this one guy comes in. I used to always get his YouTube name wrong. It's not mentally corrupted. It's mentally corrupted.
Hi, Polly Buck.
Hey, Polly Buck. Hey, LLC. Craig, Broke, and I'll call out the rest of you as I see you. But they passed that law 2 years before I woke up.
Okay.
And I've never paid any tax at the pawn shop, with an online dealer, nothing. Hey, Kitten.
And I think, Kitten, in Florida, you have a tax threshold.
I'm almost positive that is because I've watched a few YouTubers from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, okay. Good luck with your sale there, Ginger. So anyway, they've now presented Bill 4342
Mm-hmm.
and Bill 4582. And like I said, 4342 is to promote using gold and silver as currency. And 4582 is to encourage the treasurer or whoever's in charge of money for the state to have a depository, for whatever they're getting. Now, this is only a bill right now. These two are bills that have been presented in January. It's not the first time they've been presented, but it looks like this time it's going to go through. So I kind of think that maybe there's a lot of states in our union that are concerned about CBDCs, and they want to take away that power of CBDC by promoting the alternative currency, which is constitutional.
Sure. My state is it because they turned it down last summer.
Yeah, I'm sorry about
Both
that.
bills on currency and being taxed on it. So, but again, I did look at the revenue to see how much money they are making on sales tax on gold and silver bullion, and it's not enough for, in my opinion, for them to keep that law into place. So, I kind of wonder if they think they're going to stop taxing you on it, does that make it, you could use it, tender. So make it legal tender.
Well, that I totally understand, and it doesn't make sense, except for maybe they just want to discourage the use of it as legal tender.
Well, exactly. So, yeah, they weren't going to budge. And Money Metals, I believe it was Money Metals. Is it Money Metals? They have a lot of campaigns where they'll send you a lot of letters within your state on what's going on with taxation on bullion.
Yeah, they do send out a lot of information. So,
Hi, Craig.
that's one of the things I want to talk about, because what I think we're going to see is the reversal of Gresham's law. If we see this, and we see a lot of states pushing, not only do we have Article 5 if we choose to use it to try to put our federal government back into place, but if we use the Constitution as the forefronter that the states can have their own currency by gold and silver, we're going to push back the CBDCs, hopefully, and then we'll see a reversal of Gresham's law, which is actually Tyr's law. Gresham's law, for those of you who don't know, is that bad money pushes out good money, and Tyr's law is the reversal, that good money pushes out bad money when the bad money is no longer any good. So I'm getting myself into investigating this, and I wanted to explore this with all of you, and get Nic's take on it, because she does come from a state that is not treated right.
We're heavily taxed in a lot of areas, but they don't realize how much business they're losing with us just going to our neighboring state where there is no state sales tax, and of New Hampshire. So, and I believe the last time I checked, it was about $200,000 that they're making in revenue in taxes off gold and silver bullion and coins as well. And it's not just bullion, it's coins.
Yeah.
So, and I look at coins, as money, right?
They are.
And just because, it's a walking liberty is still worth 50 cents.
That's part of the investigation.
But buying it, I'm going to pay taxes on it.
That's the part of the well, not the taxes part, but the definition part of how does this break down?
How does it doesn't make any sense. And so I do, and that's, yes, YouTube, and yes, world, I do pay taxes. But at times, it's beneficial to purchase from peer to peer, or, on a YouTube channel, because you're not going to be charged those taxes.
True. That's incredibly true. The if you're even if you're doing it online with the auctions or whatever,
Yeah.
you're not paying all that.
Well, and you think about it, I'm being double taxed, because I'm going to be taxed on the front end when I purchase. And then if I make a sale, I'm going to pay taxes, capital gains taxes on it as well. So they're getting double taxes.
Yeah, that's not right.
And that's a lot of states. It's not just my own state. I mean, there's still several states that are still set up that way. California, for example, I think they have a tax threshold you have to purchase. So it's like, I think $2,000 now, that I think they raised it from, you can help me out, OC, from $1,500 to $2,000. So if you make small purchases, you're going to be taxed. So it's hurting the small time buyer.
Yeah, it does. It does. And what needs to be done then is, in states such as yours, as surfers and others, is you have to find ways to buy it, such as using a relative to send it to, and then they give it to you later, or you leave the state to go somewhere else, which that's an undue burden on the people. But what's going to happen, I think, is that a lot of us are going to migrate to the states that are more conducive to our belief structure.
And John. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lisa and John. So honestly,
shiny man.
I think we're going to see more migration, and if it goes really bad, we're going to see it move towards even so much as a political, if not a physical, civil war type of thing, because people are just getting tired of being pushed around.
I think so, but I don't think there's enough, people buying gold and silver bullion or coins that's going to start a revolution because we're charged taxes on it.
No, but it's going to be part of the whole scheme of life.
Yes, yes, I guess that on top of a lot of things, right? But I can't even think of anybody close to me that cares about that issue. Not that it's not important, guys, because it is. I'm just saying I can't think of many people that affect me around me that are passionate about this issue. Although I wish they were, but they're not.
That's true. I was talking to someone about one of my jobs when they were talking to me about an iPad, because I can't do that job without this iPad. It was all it reset itself to day one. I don't know how it did it, but it did. It took them 2 days to help get me undone, and I couldn't even see a patient until they got that thing unscrewed. But as I'm telling this kid, because I did this job 10 years ago, it was all on paper. It's like in one ear and out the other, and I knew I was talking to some young kid who believed in digital everything. It's like it's going to fall apart. And it's like you would have swore I was talking to a brick wall. So I mean, one of the things getting back on topic. One of the things I want to, I have lots of questions about these laws, or these two laws, especially the first one. How are we going to do this? We can't base it on face value, because that's a big loss of money. You pay 50 cents on something with a walking liberty. That's a lot of money loss, obviously. And the problem with West Virginia is the law, as I understand it right now, is encouraging only to accept gold and silver minted by the U.S. Mint, which the other 4 states that do this do not have that issue. Okay, that's across the board, bullion, bars, whatever. So how are you going to do that? Are you going to, based on what? Based on American silver and gold eagles, buffaloes, constitutional silver, pre-33. How do you break this down? And then you bring in the topic of, buying fractionally. Will West Virginia, and I don't think they thought about this, and they may have, I don't know. Like I said, I got to investigate this, but are they going to consider having a West Virginia gold back, which will allow for fractional purchases, just like the other 5 states that have it? And as I investigate this, I'm guessing, but I think my guess is correct, that there will be no thought right now about goldbacks. They probably never even heard of them. So that's something I wanted to bring to everyone's attention, because I think that as they are willing to, because it looks like it is a large push. It's a major push of this is to fight against the CBDCs and the federal control of the monetary system. So
I agree with you, Mike Hinton.
So there's certain overpriced. There's a lot of truth to that, kitten. Whether you're buying collectibles or whether you're buying as cheap as you can, that all plays into it, which brings in how you're going to base the money. You're going to base it on spot. You're going to base it on retail. Is it spot and premium? What do you base it on? I'm not sure if they've worked all those details out, or it's just a general concept that they're going to figure out the rest of it later.
For weeks and months on end, I called all of my state legislators and left messages, told them I wanted responses. I was on that phone every single day, and it just went out. They didn't care. But who knows? I may have been the only one hounding them.
That might be true. The more phone calls you get, the more seriously start taking it.
Well, that's debatable as well. I think they end up doing what they want to do.
I would have thought that if they just went ahead and listened to their constituents, that they might actually be.
Yeah, our attentions as constituents, our attention span is very short.
True.
It's very short. And I think they bank on that.
True. I agree with that, and I'm sad I have to agree with that. The attention span, I don't know about all the people across the world. It's my observation that Americans have a shorter attention span. They don't pay attention to history. They don't want to pay attention to history.
Well, we're too much in the here and now. In this especially our kids, my kids, they're in this now gratification state. It's like I can have Amazon here today if I order something. So I think they bank on our attention span being very short.
I can see that, which is sad, because when they finally get to my age and they realize what mistakes they've made, it could be too late.
Yeah, Jean. Yes, we used to. Well, we will again in a couple of years. It's just going to take a couple of years, but we won't. We're hoping the next governor coming in will be a lot better than what we have right now.
Is that one really bad? I don't know much about your governor.
Yeah, it's just it's very, very, yes. Our state government is, yeah. I don't want to get into the politics or calling, names or political parties. So I probably should just say it should get better.
I understand.
And, it's funny. Well, yeah. I just better zip it or I'll say too much.
I guess what you're trying to do is try to keep YouTube from having an issue and about my channel being a little bit.
I'm trying to be politically correct. Yes. Trying to be very politically correct. You're welcome, YouTube. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I
teasing.
worry about political correctness as just another word for censorship.
I don't really, but it's not my channel, so I'm going to be respectful of somebody else's channel.
I appreciate that. It's just sometimes I wonder if the political correctness is just nothing more than censorship. Pure and simple. They just put another word to it.
Mm.
You know, we need to stay focused on trying to help our families and our country, and it's one of the reasons why, you know, I have been
I
happily
do, Gina.
happy about you know, Elon Musk taking over Twitter, because taking out the censorship that existed there, and I hope he's been successful. I've followed that story since he originally bought the company.
Yeah, I'm not on, I don't get on Twitter.
I don't get on. I don't have anything about Twitter.
I don't, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just, there's enough social medias out. I just, I can only do a couple.
I understand. I have.
They take a lot of time. It's a lot of time.
It does.
To
I
keep
have
up with everything.
a Facebook because of the Masons.
Mm-hmm.
They made me a Facebook, and they all started giggling because I don't use it. So people are going to think you're a bot. I'm like, no, I don't have a desire to use Facebook. It's everything I can do just to keep up with YouTube.
Yeah, but right now the political climate, I don't think is really concerned with precious metals. And
Good for us.
I think right now they're concerned with what's going on in, Colorado and the state ballots and who's going to be on ballot and who's not going to be. So I think that, our attention shifts too really quickly.
Are you talking about Colorado, about whether or not they're going to let Trump be on the ticket?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on there? I haven't followed it since the news broke.
I listened to the arguments yesterday. I listened to all of it. I don't know if a decision came down or if they made a decision. I haven't heard. I wasn't able to listen to much today at work or even get on. I mean, we were slammed. So I really don't know. And to be perfectly honest with you, we didn't want to hear. I mean, we were just, I was just done today.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Yeah, I was just so over everything. So, so yes, we listened to it all yesterday. Heard the arguments, and it was very interesting. And it was just, it didn't make any sense. Some of the arguments didn't make any sense. So,
the arguments against Trump or the arguments for Trump?
I'm just going to zip it. I got to zip it. I'm sorry.
And now you're going to go research that. It's going to take me away from this.
I'll share with you off camera, but I need to. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
keep it less. I need to keep it less political.
I understand, and I understand politics sometimes starts arguments as well as religion. It's just that I don't see how we can stay out of politics, because they won't stay out of our lives.
No, and you're right. Yes. Yeah. But yeah.
So,
but darn it, my money, I do not want to be taxed on stuff. I'll tell you that right now.
it's
I don't want my money taxed.
It's like you being taxed when you go to a store to buy, I don't know, women's clothes or makeup, or a guy buying a suit. You get taxed on a sales tax, but then you're getting taxed because you have money in your pocket. It's double taxation. And
didn't they have a tea party for that?
Yes.
Didn't we? Hi, Papa York. He knows what I'm going through, and so does Gene.
Hey, Papa York. Hey, Papa York. I emailed you back. I hope you got that and the payment. So, but basically, I wonder if our current day citizens have even a half of the amount of gumption our forefathers did. Because their taxation that they had back then when they fought King George was just a fraction of what we go through now.
Right.
You know, if you look at the percentage of taxing that was going on, they fought tooth and nail over everything. But, you know, now, God, we're getting taxed on our taxes. Well, that's an exaggeration, but not by much. So
I can't tag Michael for some reason. He won't show up. I don't know. I don't. You're the only one that won't do it for me. I can't tag Michael.
thank you, Papa York. I got something from Papa York at one of the different auctions.
You did? What'd you get from him?
You know,
What'd you get? Or do you know how to share?
I'm having a brain fart.
Okay. Papa York, what did he get? Because I want something. He does not, he lives down the road from me. I think it's down the road. I don't think he lives north of me, but I think he lives down the road. Not too far.
What did you win last night, West Texas Stacker?
Money, power, and control. That's, yeah.
That's
100%.
always been the case.
22 peace dollars. Whoa.
No. I think that is a
22 peace dollar. Okay.
Yeah, I think what it was on let me think here. Maybe Gold Sniping Farmer, and you know he had the website for Papa York, and I put in the starting bid. No one bid against it. I got it at the starting bid.
I'm in Bradford. Let me see. I can tell you right now. Oh.
I kept looking for a flip coin, but you know, someone's got the market cornered on that.
I have the monopoly on those. And did you know that I'm getting a 49er one?
Oh, rub it in, girlfriend.
I am. It's not like I want it. I'll probably give it away. I mean, who wants a 49ers flip? I mean, who wants one other than the Patriots? I don't. But I have a friend of mine, and he was actually on the channel, and he shared the story. He was a guest of ours, and he knows the pilot that flies the team, not the team. He only flies. He flies the team owners. He doesn't fly it's their personal pilots. And he met them, and so he's going to get one of those for me. And I just, you know, that'd be fun though.
Yeah, you're right. I think it was Ringmaster Ray is where I won that peace dollar.
Oh my goodness. He's in the same county as I am. Do you know that you live in the same county as I do, Papa York? You're 20 minutes away from me. I mean, like right from my location right here is 25 miles. I could run to your house. I would ride my bike. Oh.
What's the terrain like up there?
Right now?
No, is it mountainous or flat or what?
Oh, we're at the Appalachian Trail.
Okay, so it's mountainous.
Yes. Hi. On. It is mountain. Yes, we're mountains. You know, you get the White Mountains with the in New Hampshire, and we've got Baxter State Park and the Arcadia National Park. Works in Orono, Papa York. Let's go have a Pat's Pizza. I'll meet you in Orono. I live right like 10 minutes from Orono. I bike contest. See, I was just talking about biking. I can ride my bike to Papa York's house.
Might take you a little longer than 20 minutes though if you're dealing with the mountainous terrain.
Well, us Mainers, we're tough and we're in shape.
Okay, I can believe that.
I could cross country ski to his house, but we don't have any snow. Let's meet, Papa York. Let's go have a Pat's Pizza. Pat's Pizza is the best. If you come into Maine, get yourself Pat's Pizza.
Now you're going to make me all jealous. So once I get up there to meet Yankee, I'm going to have to just
Well,
little
do you want
further.
me to give you a Sean? It's good to see you. Do you want me to give you a spoiler alert?
Okay.
We are a hardy breed. We're tough. We're tough up here. Okay, do you want a spoiler alert?
Okay.
I'm going to see Tim February 29th.
Rub it in, girlfriend.
Yep.
Now, just a little heads up. I've talked to Tim like maybe half a dozen to a dozen times, bought stuff from him, all over the phone.
I give you my spoiler alert, and guess who comes in the chat? He's probably heard my spoiler alert. Now, just pretend I didn't tell you that, Tiger. Pretend I didn't say that.
Okay.
Hiking surfer, BTO.
So I got to shut up with what I was going to say then.
No, you don't. I'm teasing. He knows. He knows.
So I've talked to Tim about the whole, because you were teasing me about rigged, not rigged.
Yes.
I talked to Tim. He is totally into teasing Yankee about anything and everything. So he's all for rigged just so he could torment Yankee.
Oh, stop in Pittsfield.
But, I can see, because Tim likes the girls. He even admits it. He has a preference for the ladies. So
well, I hope he does.
You could walk in and tell him anything. I'm for this, or I'm for that, or I'm for whatever. He'll agree with you. Because as soon as you walk in, it's going to be like, "Hello, all eyes on deck."
I doubt it. I doubt it. Especially when you have Stacking Surfer, he'll probably walk in there because he's going to be down there too. He's got to go for another business meeting. So he's going to be there as well. And, like on the last video that we saw Stacking Surfer in, when he was walking in Yankee shop, I mean, it was like he took his jacket off like he was Batman,
Yeah,
and then he saw this Stacking Surfer shirt. And then I thought he was going to start flipping the hair like Knight Rider.
It'll be another thing. He brings up his phone, his watch, and starts talking to his car through his watch.
I don't know. I might have to pick up Papa York and then Gene on my way down to New Hampshire because I can go down 95 South. I'll pick you guys up. We'll go down to Tim's store and we'll go do some shopping and not pay paid sales tax.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no sales. Rico's. Oh my gosh. We have to do it. We have to have the Rico Suave playing as he's walking in and then have a fan on his hair, do a hair commercial.
Oh.
Tim is going to hate us because we're going to want to go in there and do all these like different things. And we might do a live show outside, but too bad it's cold. Heck yeah.
We'll just
highway. Yep.
We'll
95.
A bonfire. I put a big trash can, set it on fire.
Well, it's actually warm here right now.
Okay.
I mean, today was 40 degrees, Papa York. I mean, seriously, it's like when I don't have to wear a coat or start my car in the morning time to go to work at like when I'm leaving at 7:30 is a good day, especially in February. And Papa York, I was born in the blizzard of 78. So I know snow and I know cold.
Did you get it hard during the blizzard of 93?
That's
a bad one.
I don't remember. I was still in high school in 93.
I lived in Pennsylvania at the time and we had 8 feet of snow. It took about 2 weeks to get somewhat back to normal.
Put a magnet. Yeah, I don't remember 93. I was in 9th grade, I think. I was going into high school in 93. I was just getting out of 8th grade going into 9th grade.
Okay.
So I don't remember.
Boy, it tells you how old I am.
You're not old.
I was a man in his late
tornado in 78.
Late 20s, early 30s, something like that.
Uh-huh.
And I was in residency, which is the training session you have after you get out of medical school. And we were doing every other day 36-hour shifts.
Uh-huh.
But when the blizzard came, we were, my then wife and I were stuck in the house And oh my goodness, did I learn a lot. Learned a lot of survival tactics just to stay warm. In fact, I drove my SUV into a snowbank that was supposed to be part of the road.
Oh my gosh.
Buried myself in it.
Hi, Pete Clark. He came in, and Bike Contest was born right after the blizzard of 78. And Papa York, if I recall, 98 was it was an ice storm. It wasn't just snow. It was an ice storm. Literally, it was ice completely. I mean, just ice. I can't even, there was no words to even describe what you saw. Frostbite. You would have liked it. And I saw, let me see, Stacking Surfer. Oh, thanks, Stacking Surfer. I forgot about it.
Oh no. You know what that means now, don't you?
Do you know what that means, don't you? Is that I think Stacking Surfer wants to come up and make a cameo with his crown on. Put a one, I'm going to pull a Surfer. Put a one in the chat. If you want to see Stacking Surfer, come on stream with his crown on. He's going to kill me.
You can't come on unless you have your tiara, Surfer. You got to have the tiara.
I never get it straight though, because my part's not straight. Oh, look, tons of ones. Come on.
Go get it.
Hi, Silver Buff. I went to Brewer class of 79. I bet you know my aunt. Graduated in 80 from Brewer. Who said this wasn't small world? No kidding. No kidding. Bradford, why? Whereabouts is Bradford, though? I don't know why I can't picture Bradford, though. I mean, so you are never eat shredded wheat. You're west of me. Yes, let's do Pat's Pizza one day, Papa York. On me. I'll buy the pizza. Rapunzel, let your hair down. Between Milo and LaGrange, gotcha. Yep. Got ya. Yeah, I live on, I keep the roads hot. I live on I-95 south. I thought it was never eat saggy waffles. No, I learned never eat shredded wheat. But I like that. Never eat saggy waffles. My daughter graduated from Nokomis. Nokomis, do you know, Gene, there is a basketball player. I think he graduates this year, or maybe he's going to Duke, and they're calling him the next Larry Bird. I mean, he is going to be the #1 prospect, and he's coming out of Nokomis. I'm sure you know who that is. And I can't even remember his name. Oh, Sean, help me out. You, Flynn? Oh, I know, Sean, you've seen us talking about it, me and Randy. Oh, you have one too?
Are you kidding me? You think let you and Surfer have all the fun?
I know. Well, are you gonna do a face reveal?
I'm going to tell you any tales.
Are you gonna do a face reveal? Are you gonna? Oh, look! I didn't even notice that. I love the tiger bar. You giving that away? Yes, it's Newport. Nokomis is Newport, Papa York. Yes, yeah, so that's like 30 minutes south.
If I ever give this away, it's going to be a very monumentous milestone to the building of the Trenton Channel.
That was his tale. It was his tale. You're not the only princess. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
There's no tales about it.
She's a great girl, but she's always trying to pull my tail.
What if I was to wag my tail?
Honey, if you wag your tail, Tim will never stop giving you what you want.
Oh my gosh. No. Oh, yay. No, don't know his name, but my daughter's, well, yes. Yeah, my daughter does too, because my daughter was in competitive softball for a long time in the state. So I know each exit. Hi, Ellie, going down from where my exit is on I-95 on how long it should take me to get there, because I'm always trying to beat my time, and maybe that's why I get speeding tickets. But yeah. Your other daughter's graduated in 93.
I
No,
think
he's
the purpose
graduated
is
this
for that.
year. This kid is graduated this year. And I mean, to think about this kid, as good as he is, has no competition. He has been recruited to Duke. He's doing well. I know he went to Las Vegas and played in something that they did down there. And he was looked at by, what's his face, that guy that's in LA, that LeBron and his son were there. So, yeah. So it takes me exactly 30 minutes to get to the Newport exit. That's the exit. I don't go into Newport unless I need gas. Just north of the speed limit goes up. Yes. Oh my gosh, I know. But it goes up after my exit. So like the Orono, and then I won't say the next exit because then everybody will really know, place me on the map. It goes from 70 to 80, I believe. But who wants to? And I do go that fast going up north because we have family that lives like on the border of Maine and Canada. But you hit a moose going that fast, you're going to be more, you would die, not the moose. But I'm just a really good driver.
The surfer back?
I do 85 Papa York. It doesn't matter if the speed limit's 70, I'm doing 85. I got places to be because honest to God, from here to our exit down to Portland, where my sister lives, it's about a 2-hour drive. But it's the most boring drive ever because when you're in the state of Maine, all you see is pine trees. We have nothing to look at. So it's the most boring drive ever. All you see is pine trees. And if you don't get gas while you're on I-95 at your exit, don't think you're going to find a gas station because there's none from here to the city, 2 hours away.
I sent the link, surfer. Have your tiara.
Is he going to do it?
I sure hope.
Oh, good sport. It is super boring. Yes. So, and it's so easy to go fast because it's but yet the state patrol is out pretty good, quite a bit. It's just this one particular one that catches me every single time. And I can't stand I better not call him the word I was going to call him because that's not very nice of me. I did not tag you, Michael, and I don't know. I'm going to have to. What's that, Tiger?
You're being so politically appropriate today.
Well, he has little man syndrome or Napoleon syndrome. This particular state patrol.
Okay. When they came out that Napoleon set of coins, they told me that at everyone.
And that's a real thing, you guys. I'm just Napoleon syndrome is a real thing. I mean,
I was told from the people who made the Napoleon coins, he really wasn't that short. He's maybe about 5'7".
Really?
Yeah, I was really
He was shorter than that. But I mean, that is the thing. I mean, if you look it up, look it up. It's a Napoleon syndrome thing. But again,
it's trying to check to get the link over to
shorthand. We call it little man syndrome. It's just like he likes to exert his power. So I can be going 70 or I can be going 75 and a 70. He's going to stop me. And I can't tell you, I got a vanity license plate. So that doesn't help either. No, I'm not going to tell you what it says. Oh,
okay. Surfer, I sent the link a second time. He was 5'2".
He was 5'2". Somebody said 5'7". I thought he was short.
Metal Matt said that he was 5'7", which is what was in the conversation when they were presenting the Napoleon coins. Because I was the one who brought up the topic about short.
Stretchers are boring. It's really, I mean, we live in a beautiful state.
Here we go.
Napoleon gave us, Frostbite gave us the
All right, you get it for a second.
No. Keep it on. Keep it
that
on.
was so good.
No, you get it for a
He's a
second.
good sport.
I had to go
Sorry,
find it. My daughter has stolen it. She now owns it. It's on her nightstand.
Well, yeah, that's what he tells us. But
Yeah, on my nightstand, sure.
kind of like SW has his Morgans on his nightstand.
God.
I mean, oh my gosh, you're getting hubba hubba. Nic's coins. Oh my god. Look, surfer.
What is that?
There's some things I just cannot unsee.
Here's the deal. I looked for a teddy bear really bad. I couldn't find one. I was going to throw this on the teddy bear and have it sitting in the chair, but
You guys. I mean, I just should step down because you guys are just really
that's awesome.
You guys are
Tiger.
overshadowing me tonight, big
I'll put it on for a minute here. This thing, I don't know. It's made for someone with a tiny head.
It's Joe. Joe Exotic.
I can't see it. I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time.
Are you going to start singing Frozen for us?
You sing what?
You're going to sing Frozen for us?
I don't know that song.
Let it go. You guys just need to let it go.
We'll have to practice that one.
Oh my goodness. I wasn't expecting that. That's funny. Now I should just, see that tiger bar right there? I think because I'm a part of this hot mess tonight, I get the bar.
I get the flip coin.
Because no.
There has to be even Steven's trade.
It's tight. I've even tried stretching it out.
I've stretched mine out. Yeah.
Well, Tiger, how are you tonight?
Oh, I'm okay.
We were talking about taxes. And I gave him spoiler alert. Can you see though yourself as like, you need a black Tiger's left the building. Tiger has left the building. He is too cool. He's too cool for us too.
Oh man.
That's okay.
So,
I can fix it.
We were talking about taxes on gold and silver bullion. So I brought up California, how yours went up from 1,500 to a threshold of 2,000 up. And then so it is actually hurting the person that wants to make a small purchase versus somebody that probably has a lot of money that buys a larger purchase.
Here's my take on it. They don't want you buying any of it.
Hi, Amy Hero.
They keep increasing the cost of freedom seeds and making those more and more expensive. You're going to be paying $1 a freedom seed here pretty soon if you're not already. Freedom seeds, high velocity freedom seeds.
Okay, we need to change that name because really, I was thinking something else and I was like, ew. We might need to work on that, surfer. We'll have a brainstorm.
That's what people call them. That's what people call them. I don't know. I didn't make up the term. But
we'll brainstorm.
Actually, I was the one who gave you that name.
Was it Tiger? You can blame Tiger on that one.
Yeah,
but
I was on your live stream when Nic was unavailable, and we talked about.
There you go. That's right.
That's probably why I was unavailable, is because you guys talked about freedom seeds.
So here's the deal. I think in California they just want to make it super expensive for people so that they're discouraged from buying metals, and they just keep upping the price of stuff. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, you go back to the U.S. Constitution, and gold and silver is the only money. You don't tax money. You don't.
Well, that's the example I use
on the money usage.
Yeah, the example I use is if I buy a Walking Liberty, really, that's 50 cents, right? It's a $50, and if I buy one of those from a bullion company, I am going to pay taxes on that. But it's money. I'm literally paying taxes on money.
Exactly.
You are now. You could see you might argue a little bit around like coins that are not rounds and bars not being sovereign. Maybe you have a little bit of an argument.
Yeah,
there,
maybe, but
still,
by constitutional, it's like if I went to the store and I wanted to spend my Walking Liberties, if I wanted to spend the Walking Liberty, I could. they would still take that at the store. They would still take a Benji. They would still take a Kennedy. So, or they would take a silver dime. So, but yet I have to pay taxes on that stuff. So it doesn't make any sense. And
No, I agreed. So
I think they should charge OC double because he's in California claiming he's an Alabama fan.
I don't know how that happened. And then he has a whole bunch of Alabama friends around here too, which is crazy.
He does?
Yeah.
Don't tell me they're all like Roll Tide and they're all screaming and like acting like Alabama fans.
They are.
For you, surfer.
I've seen the picture. I've seen like a restaurant full of people yelling that. So there are a lot.
I would do that.
In Orange County, we've got 3 million people. So just about every university is going to have at least a restaurant or two worth of people here.
Papa, we don't even have 3 million people in the state. And I think it was Randy Matthews that was asking. I think we have like, I think it's I can't remember what the ratio for people per mile was here, and it was really spread out, but we still have like 80% forest in my state. Literally, we don't even have 3 million. We don't have that many people.
Yeah, no, it's about 15, maybe 20 feet in between houses here.
Oh my gosh. So my closest neighbor right this second is probably a half mile down the road.
Yeah, no.
I'm closer to the bear den behind down here than I am the neighbor. And that's just like, yeah, but we won't go into why I love having my privacy.
I think it's great. I mean, look here, a lot of people have pools in their backyard. I can see into
over 1 million.
I can see into at least 3 pools, Nick.
Ew! Why would they even want a pool? And I hope
It's California.
Yeah,
It gets
well,
hot. People want pools. They want a place to throw their kids too to go hang out. So
they better have.
So OC says there's over 500 people in his chapter.
In your chapter? What are you talking about? A chapter?
He's got a secret Alabama group.
Yeah, I would want to go underground too and be secret if I was an Alabama fan too.
Buffalo Wild Wings. I think they.
OC. I did think. OC. Don't let this go to your head because I don't do this very often. But this morning I thought of you on my way to work because they had talking about Nick Saban's next job. He's going to be on game day. He's going to be a commentator.
There you go.
You know, if you can't win, talk about it. And you're welcome.
Hey, you got to be careful with that one. It can backfire on you a little bit.
But I mean, at this moment in time, like right now, it can't. While he's in the chat and I'm up here.
Yeah, he can't say anything. He doesn't have a voice. Yeah.
Time for a safety meeting. I only learned what that was just like I just found out probably within the past like months or so what that means.
By the way, I sent an invite to Frosty if he's out there. I don't know.
I agree, Amy. I mean, you are being feed to death. Do you go to the coin shows, Amy? Like the Long Beach show. Did you go to that show? 5 feet away in each direction.
Well, then he's in a condo or something because that's pretty close.
Oh, they want to know about the bill. But before I do that, I wanted to show this off.
Oh, I like the capsule.
Are those the giveaways, Tiger?
Not yet. I haven't gotten to 3,000 view hours, and those were tiger coins I was going to give away.
Hey, I'm wearing a crown. I think you should give the queen to the queen. Thank you very much. You should give the other queen to the other queen beside me.
I can't give him a Princess Diana.
All right. You give me a Princess Diana. You give me a Princess Diana 1 ounce. I'll put the crown back on.
What's that?
That's the deal. If once a Princess Diana 1 ounce coin shows up at my house, the crown goes back on.
But is there a 1 ounce?
I gotta find it. I have one.
Oh, you do?
I've never seen that, man.
I won it at. I think I won it at Stormy's auction many months ago.
Oh, so you know what? He tried to get me to buy that.
Yes, I remember. And I bought it.
He said, Nick, I thought of you because I think the crown thing, I really think he did when he
No,
picked it
this
up. And
is
he's
the
like,
new version. This is the Canadian version.
oh, I like the capsule. I like the capsule.
This is a double capsule from the Fenrir and Fafnir.
Okay, so like that had that dog coin in there too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I have one for the dog, and I have one
Dragon.
for the
Okay.
Serpent? I don't know. Dragon or serpent?
no, dragon.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I've only seen the dog. I didn't get into that.
So Amy wanted to see the bill.
What is that? Where did you find that?
Well, it's kind of funny you asked that. I was on that auction where I won the $20 or $22 peace dollar. Then the very next one was Melania Trump as a younger woman laying on a bed. I bid for that and I lost the bid. So I hopped on eBay and I bought the coin.
I wasn't.
I'm not joking.
I mean, just like it's a normal day in the like a normal day in the neighborhood.
I
mean, she was laying on the bed, and I tried to buy the picture of her laying on the bed, but
I just don't know what kind of auctions you're going to. You're gonna have to. I don't know, man.
Well, that was on.
That's the after hours.
The after hours auction.
Yeah.
I don't remember when it was. I mean, I can show it to you. I call it my flip coin.
Oh gosh, I just lost you guys.
I'll go get it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. It's been a long day.
It's been a wicked long day. And I just lost you guys. I have my screen is like blank. So I
Yeah, people are commenting. My face goes red very easily. I definitely run in the red tones.
We're back.
So anytime someone does something that makes me laugh like that, I'm gonna.
I don't get red.
Yeah, no, it's my telltale sign. So hey, Tiger, did you see what the Supreme Court in Hawaii did yesterday?
He's not there. So you can tell me, what did the Supreme Court do in Hawaii yesterday, Surfer?
They came out and said that the Second Amendment does not apply to citizens in Hawaii.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
Oh, that
right there is, you've got Texas and you've got the administration going on the border wall.
Yes, that makes sense. So somebody called today and said that it's not a gold coin. It's a gold hockey puck from the Durban's auctions. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I wanted to make sure I answered that real quick. Yeah, so I heard about that, but somebody that called, it was crazy talk, and he wanted to say it was in Maine, and I'm like, no, it was
in Hawaii. So it's interesting because it came from their Supreme Court, which when you become a state, you have to follow the U.S. Constitution. You can't go contrary to it.
Yeah, but yeah.
It's not a buffet line where you get to pick and choose.
The thing about that is states' rights, and I mean it's just a lot of law mumbo jumbo. But with the Supreme Court yesterday in Colorado, they were realizing that it was a lot muddled up. There was a lot of things muddled up as far as what. It was just a lot of mumbo jumbo,
but to that point, Nick, it's okay to have a differing opinion with a state, right?
It is right.
We can interpret an amendment differently by their Supreme Court, and then if the U.S. Supreme Court doesn't like that, I guess they could come and if a case comes up to them, they could deal with it. But to flat out say that the amendment doesn't apply, that's something new. I've never seen that before.
I've never seen that before either, but we are seeing times where they are they don't want to look at the Constitution. They want to redefine the Constitution. So with that being said, the powers that be right now are making a lot easier for them to do that.
That is very true.
I mean, we're seeing a lot of things that we never thought would be seen in our country. Even going way back to 2020, we never thought that our government would do. or that we had we had the Constitution behind us then as well, but yet we complied. So
well, here's the thing: I don't see a lot of people protesting about stuff that's going on right now. You don't see large groups of people. I guess one of my fears is that the U.S. people are just too complacent, in that by the time everybody gets vocal, it's going to get really ugly.
Yes, and yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
So,
well, I
hopefully
mean,
that
you define January 6th as an insurrection. I mean, our definition of a lot of things are just all over the place. We're all over the map.
Yeah, they're changing the definition to suit their purposes. To get
or if there was, when are we not? And I'm accountable for my actions. You're accountable for your actions. When can I blame it on somebody else and get away with it? Oh, yeah, he told me to do it. So you know what? He told me to do it. So therefore I'm not guilty of it. So I'm going to go jump off a bridge because that guy told me to, and it's not going to be my fault.
But part of the issue is that I've got friends on basically on all spectrum, the entire spectrum of politics, right?
Yeah.
I work in software, so 95% of the people I work with are extreme left.
Right, and but there's a difference between Silicon Valley left.
No, extreme left Silicon Valley.
Okay, so we're not talking about the people on the East Coast that are left. There's a difference. I think there's a difference, but
there is a difference. But the most of the people I work with are either in, they come from a Silicon Valley background, or they live on the East Coast, but they're still in that industry. So it's very much the same way.
So their old money, their new money coming over. I'm sorry, I'm getting off base, but their old money, their new money coming over to old money. Hi, Deb.
Yeah, so you have that. But the point I was going to make is, what's interesting is you can look at a lot of these events, and you will have people see the same. So you have that. But the point I was going to make is,
Tiger.
Yes.
What did you touch?
What's that?
Did you hear the echo?
Yeah, I clicked something and then I unclicked it because I heard
he clicked the time machine button. Don't press that. It's dangerous.
That came out of California.
Yeah.
Totally. So all I was going to say is, when you look at some of these big events, it's interesting. I can see the same footage that someone else can, and they can have a totally different interpretation of it. They can have a ton of energy and belief around it. The problem is whoever wants to disrupt this country has done a very, very good job of polarizing it to the point where it's almost like religious fighting. Maybe a way to put it. So you have these two lines, and that is the most dangerous thing that can happen to a country, is to have some very defined lines where people are on one side or the other, and they're willing to fight and defend it. That's where we start to run into problems. So my hope for the future is that we are able to come together again as a nation, and try to figure our differences out. But I don't know. It's not looking great.
It took a long time for us to get here. It did not happen overnight. It took a long time. So for it to be fixed, it's going to take equally just as long, if not longer. And we've got to be patient and vigilant and stick to your morals and your values and what you think is right.
I completely agree. I completely agree.
It's not going to happen overnight. We need to know that, and we got to know that. Yeah, it's bad, but we've gotten through worse, and we can get through this. We just need to, slow and steady, and let's make it stick, and let's do it the right way.
Well, the U.S. is an experiment, right? This country is basically an experiment in
heck of a successful experiment.
And we're going on 250 years. And, that I think is, so don't quote me exactly, but I want to say it's the oldest, if not like the second oldest republic. I don't know how you split up the Roman. I guess the Romans were empires, but you go back to the Greeks when they had their republics. I don't know how many years those lasted for in a dispensation before they kind of broke it up. But very long time standing, at least in modern times, it's going to be the longest government that's been functioning like that. So my hope is we can pull that together. But as far as this channel goes, our channels and stuff, what I think is really important is to help you understand, what sound money is and the principles behind that, because
Sick
If you're
thinker.
stacking, you've got real value, right, Nick? If you're stacking, you've got real
Absolutely.
value.
I mean, but that's in the eye of the beholder as well, though. I think I do. You think you do, but
The
others
crypto
don't.
guys don't think it's true.
Right, exactly. Or yeah. Evidently my state thinks it's enough value to tax me on it. But
Yeah, they think it's real.
they think it's real until I want to go spend it. They think it's real
Yeah,
once
it's
they want to tax me, but if I want to spend it, it's not real. So I mean, they're just so full of contradictions. But again, we didn't get here overnight. It's going to take a lot longer to fix, and we just need to stay the course. And it's not going to be easy. But who said it was going to be easy, anyways?
I think so too. Well, guys, I got to run.
Hold on a second here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've been wanting to ask this. Okay, basically, if you want me to flip the coins, put a 1 in the chat.
Flip the coins to give to Nick for her flip coin? To put on along with the flip coin. Because the flip coin.
I see one answer, it's a 1.
It's stuck up there.
We got 35 in the chat. Okay, here we go. Okay.
How come I saw a little bubble? Like where does the thumb bubble come from?
Here we go.
I think that is a connection thing telling you that the connection is okay or something.
Oh, okay. Tiger, you had
You can only see it.
a clear thumb bubble.
Thumb bubble? What's a thumb bubble?
It's a good thing.
Okay. Okay. And the thing that started it all, because I'm lost on the auction.
Oh, I see. The color. Oh my God. No, he did. Yes, he did.
Who? Me do it?
Oh,
No.
yes, he did. He did. He bought.
He went back to that auction.
Yeah.
No, I went on to eBay and found it.
Oh, so he could win it at the auction. So he bought them all off eBay, and he's a monopoly on the.
I got mad because I lost the auction, so I got them
I
all.
have to say, I don't care how old she is. I think she's an attractive woman.
She is the best looking.
She is a good-looking woman, and I hope to look like her one day. No, not really. I'm just teasing, but she is a good-looking. She is a good-looking woman. I think she's beautiful.
Elliot, I did not upset my wife. She's used to me and my warped sense of humor.
She is stunning. She is stunning. But Tiger has a much younger wife too, so she is stunning as well. She's a beauty, and she's
beautiful,
and she has an exotic accent. So, I mean,
oh, by the way,
and so does Melania. So, so that's just his type. So, but his wife is much younger than Melania.
So. Well, that's true, Frosty. But no, honestly, we're getting closer to getting her to want to do something on YouTube other than posting her videos.
Is Frosty here too? Because he's saying he's in the basement.
Hold on, I'm looking. I don't see it.
I don't see him.
Does he have a crown too?
No, but we can work on that.
Yeah, I think if
I think he gets a crown too,
Hold on. I see it. Hold on. Where we go?
I think we need to get Frosty a crown. He needs a crown.
You need a crown.
Oh,
I mean,
you sent me that invite 20 minutes ago. I've been sitting down there for 20 minutes waiting for you to let me in.
Here's the reason, because there is 4 bars up here, or 4 windows up here, and then I didn't know this. I had to scroll down. I saw the top of a window. I'm like, oh, okay. I got to roll.
It's all right. It's no good. I got a laugh out of it.
Sean needs a crown.
My low tech ability.
I probably would have taken off.
It made me laugh because it's like.
Well, that was just like me. You know, all of a sudden I'm like looking at my screen and I'm like chewing my gum and I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, oh gosh, there I am. When we started the program, it's like, oh well.
So anyway, what I was trying to say is, I think you, Nick, have gotten wifey much closer to being willing to do anything on YouTube other than posting her videos.
Really?
Oh yeah, she wants to do some sort of collaborative with you.
Well,
She
sure.
now wants to interview me about stacking on her channel.
That would be excellent.
She wants to come onto my channel and talk to all of you about alarm dogs and protection dogs.
Well, I wonder if her clientele would take payment in gold and silver. If they, would pay you in gold and silver for her services.
I don't control her money. I really don't.
Oh, well, that's just something too. Your wife and I can explore.
Yeah, well, let's put it this way. She never was much of someone who was into precious metals.
Well, she and I can talk about how we're going to spend your precious metals.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, she has no problem taking them.
Right.
No. I'm about ready to drop a video about my most recent unboxing, which included this bag.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my goodness, she came around the corner and she used to only take things that was dog related for obvious reasons.
Yes, Papa York,
And
my 38, my best guard dog.
She took things that were snake related because she's near the snake.
Uh-huh.
But now, it went into romance, and then it doesn't have to have any of it. It has to be shiny and pretty.
I'm sorry, but your chat is really making a lot of comments, and we have OC Stacker wants you to gaw the Melania Trump coin.
I have fought too hard for that OC Stacker.
Oh, and then we have Michael Stacking that wants it as well. You've opened a can of worms. Everybody's gonna be on eBay tonight looking for that Melania Trump coin.
Well, I'll tell you what, I am trying to build myself up to a point where I can do auctions in the future, including pours of stuff that I'm getting ready to do. But she stole this one from me.
He's
He'll
going to do
bid
Melania
that for $500.
What's that?
Bin for $500. I get half. If I sell it for $500.
Then she loves everything that is about St. Michael's.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I got these two at Stormy's. I don't tell her. I have two of the 2-ounce stackers. These are half-ounce. She saw it. She says, "That's for me. On Valentine's Day. That's for me."
She's sweet. And we have Jean wants a tiger. Jean wants to bin you, tiger. He wants to bin tiger. Stacker is what he wants to bin.
I have no idea how to respond to that.
Jean,
and this right here is St. George slaying the dragon.
Uh-huh.
And being that we're Orthodox, that's a huge part of our heritage is St. George.
Yes.
Real true story. But look where it's from.
I can't see. You're gonna have to. I still can't see.
Make yourself big, Tiger.
Germany, I can't tell. It's some kind of.
I can't see because I can't see.
It's Russia. It's Slavic.
Oh, is it Russian?
Okay. Oh,
there you
tiger.
go. Yep.
I got something to show you too.
That's for me. Like, oh well.
That's
I picked up some Russian coins for you at an auction.
I love you, girl.
Yeah, right here. I picked them up. I thought of you.
Oh, I love you, girl.
You'll have to go through them and tell me what they are, but yeah, I don't even know how much is here. But I bought these at an auction.
She'll be able to read them to you.
Really? Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of detail on them. I just have to take them out of the bag to see them. But since I can't read them, I didn't take them out.
She'll tell you all about.
Don't make me big. I don't like to be big.
You can't read them because you need glasses, or you can't read them because you don't speak Slavic.
Both. Thank you, though, for pointing that out. But both.
Hey, Tiger, I gotta run. I've got a date night tonight since I've got another live tomorrow night.
Ooh la la! Don't forget the crown.
No, I'm not wearing that.
Wifey likes it.
I can't.
I'm sure we know who's going to be wearing it too. It won't be the wife.
All right, guys. Dude, we'll see you soon.
Dude, I wear mine.
See you later.
See you guys. See you, Frosty.
See ya.
Bye.
So this one has I can read this one's a 20. Anyways, I saw these come up for auction and I thought of you, so I picked them up.
Well, thank you very much.
And then I thought you could teach me about them because I do not know foreign coins. I'll just be honest with you. That's not my thing. So
that's okay. I will have.
So I told this was My last mail out I had to do and I forgot all about it. I have all my giveaways for my birthday and stuff all mailed out, and I forgot that one because I think it's because it was down here.
I'll have wifey there. She can read it and tell you about
Good.
some of
And then
it.
you can teach us
Right.
about them.
I will do my best. But you want to know who is probably one of the best persons I know to talk about all sorts of interesting coins.
I bet it's this guy. Wait, Tiger, put him back.
Put them back.
Yeah, I wanted it to do this. This guy.
She wanted to put me in the air. No, go back to the group. Ready?
There you go.
Oh, no,
I wanted to do
pulling
this.
way. There
This
you go.
guy. Okay. Okay, I'm
poke
gonna
me
hit
in the
you.
ear.
Like
Okay, hold
that
on.
guy.
No, this is ready. Ready? One more time. Ready?
Wait,
Ugh.
one.
You get any wax out of there?
We are so off. We'll get in a rhythm.
We
It
need to
takes a minute.
practice.
We
Yeah,
need to
we're gonna have
practice.
to
It takes a
practice
minute.
You get
Just
any
here,
wax?
Tiger. I'll do this, and you go.
Yeah, that guy. That guy.
Yeah.
Well, I'll figure it out. I'm being silly. But then
Too much
well,
fun.
I could do eeny, meeny, miny, mouse and have to frostbite, and then Tiger, you can have half. No, I'm teasing.
Whatever you want to do. If you want
No,
to keep them,
well,
whatever you want to do.
I saw them and I
Well,
thought,
you know what's funny about that, Nick?
what's that?
My wife's Slavic too.
She is.
Oh, she is. I
Mhm.
didn't know that.
Yep, we have a
I
lot in
didn't
common.
know that.
regard.
Well, I saw her in a picture and she's very lovely.
Thank
She's a
you.
lovely lady as
I
well.
think so. Yep.
I didn't hear her accent though, but I've heard Tiger's wife's accent and it is sexy.
Oh
I
yeah.
have to say.
I can listen
The
to her
accent, you
talk
guys.
all day
I
long.
mean, this isn't sexy when you're talking to like a Yankee, like, let's go pack the car. I'm sorry, that's just so not sexy. But their wives' accents is very sexy.
Austin.
Boston. My cousin in Boston. But New York can be sexy too, because it can be kind of tough. Like, I'm gonna go have some coffee. Coffee with my bagels. Coffee. We're gonna go have some
Thank you,
lunch.
Amy.
Well, when I'm in Boston, I don't know whether to grab my pants or my car keys.
Oh, come on. Boston is, I love Boston. You're not in the right place. You mean about getting robbed?
No, just your car keys.
Oh.
Which one am I grabbing? My
Oh,
pants or are we taking the car?
the car. Pack the car. Oh, I love Boston though. Oh, my favorite city in the entire world. That's me, Nick. You have a New York accent, Ellie? Oh, well, you need to come up here and teach me how to talk New Yorker. Because there is a distinct difference between a New Yorker accent and a down east Maine Boston accent. Except,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
where are you? You're from Texas, though. You live in Texas? Are you from Texas?
I'm a transplant. I
Okay,
was
so
military service brat, so I lived all over the place.
Where are you?
So-
Have you spent most of your time in the southern part of the states or northern? And
No, so by the time I was 21, I lived in 28 states, 4 different countries on 3 different continents.
geez,
So-
wow.
I lived in Texas the longest,
Okay. Okay.
but yeah, I've only been here 15 years.
So I was born and raised in the state of Maine. I lived in Georgia for 15 years. My husband is Southern. So 15 years and moved back home to raise my kid. Small place, small towns, no crime. So I wanted her to have that childhood that I had.
Best place to do it.
Yeah. Yep. Where it's so cold, nobody wants to come up there.
Well, see, I want to retire north.
Yeah. What? That's
I
like
don't- I don't-
backwards.
I don't like waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, sweating my butt off.
Oh, gotcha.
I like
Well,
cooler
Nick-
weather. I like summers at 70 degrees, not
I
104.
understand that.
Nick, have you heard Bert and I buy two? No, I have never heard of that. So, okay, Frostbite, where you're like, okay, Gene, Papa York and Gene can attest to this. It is dark 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So you get up, you go to work and it's light and you come home and it's pitch black dark. But it's
Okay.
3 months out of the year. And so like when I lived down south, that was nice because, 7 o'clock, it was dark in the winter months. But so
It's
people,
just-
if you don't get your vitamin D up here, I mean, really, there's a lot of depression and stuff because people need to get out and be outdoors and getting out in that sun. But yeah, it's. I noticed today coming home from work that it was starting to get it's darker a little bit later and later, so that'll be nice. It's only 3 months, but still. Best kept in. Yeah, I'm down Sala. Do you guys have basements in Texas?
You can get them. Depends on where you're at.
Okay.
I can't do it at my house because of the water table and bedrock.
Gotcha. Well, we hit ledge. There's a lot of granite and stone in Maine as well, but so I have what they call a sunny side basement. So it's like all this side I have large big windows. It's really nice. So instead of like the dark dungeon.
Yeah, depending upon where you're at, you could end
Yeah.
up in a situation where you have like a lot of limestone,
Mm-hmm.
and so they build foundations really weird here.
Okay.
So you kind of have to have a foundation under your basement because you have to backfill it so that the water doesn't erode underneath your home.
I see.
Because
So
then you end up with
we had
shifting homes.
crawl space in our homes up down south in Georgia. We had crawl spaces
Yeah.
instead of like basements. And so that, in case pipes or something needed to be fixed. But
So
yeah,
does
my
that
husband
mean
was
you're
youth south.
susceptible to sinkholes?
I'm sorry?
Frosty, does that mean you're susceptible to sinkholes?
No, I mean we have if we get heavy rains and stuff like that, then we can have areas drop, but it's not like Florida sinkholes.
Okay.
But you'll have an area where like, I have a good friend that had a pond just lined, had a small crack in it, and he
Oh,
filled it and 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 filled it. But there was a
Bert,
massive void underneath, so his pond would never stay full. It always seep into the limestone. So it's just you hit pockets. What you got to worry about is when you have heavy rains,
come up on
and it
panel.
washes out some of the inner pockets.
So Papa York, and he knows because he lives in the same county I live in. So he lives on the same river I bet I live on. So we live in Maine. I mean, it's like I have to cross the bridge to come home. I have to cross the bridge to go out. So we live on an island, but it's a huge island, and we have the Penobscot River that surround us. So we're always we're very wet up here too, but it just, I guess because it's always going downhill, we don't flood. Well, the Penobscot River floods, but we're just not on the river banks. Mentally corrupted. Yes, Papa York. So you know the Penobscot River. I go whitewater rafting down that river. That's fun.
Is that a pretty rough river?
You can get up to 5. Yeah.
Hey, mentally
That's pretty
corrupted.
good rapids.
Yeah, and so I'm going to record this because what you guys it's really fun is to see the canoe races down the river, and you'll see Abraham Lincoln, and he always tries to go in his canoe standing straight up coming down the rapids. He always falls in, but he has his top hat on. I'm going to try to get record a little bit of the canoe races because that's fun to watch. I'm sure Papa York, you've had to see the Candustig canoe races. It's fun. And Jean too, you've had to have seen those.
Ellie, you're moving to another home. Where are you going, girl?
At Papa York, I've done 4, but I've never hit class. Well, I did class 1, class 5 rapid, but
Come on
class 4
up.
is the biggest I did.
Come on up, Frostbite. I'll take you and your wife down the Penobscot River and the class 5 rapids.
We did a couple down. I'll send some photos.
Oh my
I'll
gosh.
put some on my community tab.
Oh, yeah.
Where we went the whole raft, everything underwater.
Oh,
pops back
if
up. Like
you
we
don't go
totally
underwater,
disappeared.
if you
It's
don't,
a hoot. Yeah, we love
if
it.
you don't do that, then you haven't whitewater rafted, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun. Except, you know what? You come into the state of Maine, you're not going to have any poisonous snakes or spiders, period. I don't know how they stop at the border and say, oh, I can't go into Maine because I'm poisonous. But we don't. We don't have any poisonous snakes or spiders.
But
I
I hear
think
you
we're
have a
about-
lot of sharks there.
I don't
Don't you guys have a law school up there?
think so. Do we? But in Bahama? No, I was gonna. Well, we have seen some, like 1 or 2 sharks, but those are in Massachusetts, I believe.
That joke went way over her head.
Yeah, it did. It sure did.
I said,
I'll
don't
be
you have a law school up there?
a loss? I thought you said
Or, yeah.
yeah. Still
Well, I got this over the phone.
you did?
Yeah, I bought a few things from Tim. I told you.
Yeah, you did tell me you were on the phone with him.
Yeah, that's why I know. He said he jumps in there with me to tease Yankee whether Yankees.
Oh yes, I guess I'm gonna have to be part of that. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of afraid of Yankee.
Well, you should be, but wait till you see Rig 6. You should be afraid of Yankee.
No poison stick. You, Papa York, you would be so surprised about how intertwined. I mean, seriously, I go by Channel 5 all the time. I work. Well, I can't tell you where I work. I'll tell you off camera. Which way I work, but yeah, you would know this place as well. And so would
Where's
Gene.
for the man?
So yes, we're going to be going to visit Yankee and Tim the 29th and this is leap year, you guys.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're going to be on the 29th. And I've coined the term "get it coined" because we're in the coin community. It's okay. Morgan leap year on Morgan 2022. That's Morgan leap year. So now we're in real leap year.
Play on words.
Yeah.
I caught it.
Yeah.
Tiger's like, huh?
I know. Usually
I obviously didn't catch what you were saying.
Well, usually I get a little laugh out of Silver Wolverine because he likes those Morgan 20. He likes those a lot. So, but I told him
What, the non-existent 22s?
I'm sorry.
The non-existent 22s?
Yeah, well, the Fiji ones. I think he likes the Fiji ones, which is too bad because I don't know if you guys have seen that. Just an FYI, but they didn't make the Morgans in 2022 or the Peace Dollar, but they were selling them on the Home Shopping Network, and it was Fiji's, and people were buying. I mean, people that are not educated, you got to feel bad for them. They thought that they were doing something good for themselves, and not so much. When it says Fiji, it's not coming from the U.S. Mint. I like Tim too. So last night, I have to work. I work part-time. So I had to work today. And so I wasn't able to stay at Yankees for very long last night. So I sent a message and we were talking about TD Bank. And so Yankee reads it like it's going to be really serious. And then he gets to the end and he's like, oh, I said something to Tim in code. And he didn't catch it till the end, so it was kind of funny.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with most of what Tim says, but I think Tim is completely off base on the war in Ukraine. And if you watch the most recent interview between Tucker Carlson and Putin, I pulled it up and I accidentally found this guy called Hello Keith or something like that, where he commentates on it and brings it to an end.
Yeah, I saw that. Actually, you had sent me that link.
Yes, I did.
And at work today, I sent that to somebody in my office. We were listening to that, and we weren't able to listen to it all, but I couldn't listen to just Tucker and him. My husband was listening to it downstairs. I couldn't listen to it because it was getting like to listen to the accent and to hear his and then the interpreter on top of him. It was hard to hear. Yeah.
It was. And you got to get used to actually listening to the overlay of the
I didn't like how that was handled. I felt like, like with an interpreter, like you have the person say something and then they'll interpret and then it's like separate. I didn't like the overlay. It was too much.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a country that didn't speak English?
Canada. No. That was just my knee slapper. But no, to be honest with you, I've only been to one foreign country in my lifetime. Canada.
Canada's not foreign.
Well, I need a passport now. It's a running joke because people down south, when they don't have Canada right to your north, like we do, like right there. It's like, oh, you've been to Canada? Well, yeah, but it's not, you're not missing anything. But anyways, my joke, knee slappers are all done for today.
Anyway, I put that link into the chat for everyone in case you're interested. This I accidentally found this kid. I'm going to say he's a kid, probably he's in the late 20s, but highly intelligent. And he broke down the double talk.
Oh,
Gave a synopsis at the end. He would periodically stop the interview, throw in his commentary, to explain stuff about history, explain stuff about the economics and the mentality and all that. Then it start pointing out the double talk.
yeah.
And then at the end he gave you a 15-minute synopsis of the whole interview.
Right. But and because I had to I did listen to something I thought was kind of funny. Amy Harrell. Yes, my dad grew up speaking French. And so he grew up on the border of Maine and Canada. So he's French Canadian and spoke Canadian, French. So when he moved down to where I am in central Maine, his parents, they were taught that once you come down into closer to America, you speak English. They were not allowed to speak French outside the home. So to be honest with you, he's lost a lot of it to this day. He can hear it and speak it, but he was not allowed to speak it outside the home once he moved closer into central Maine. But I thought it was funny because in the beginning of the interview, I felt like Putin was already going to start out trying to have like the upper hand. When he asked Tucker, he said, "What is this going to be? How did he put it? About a real interview, or is this going to be a magazine? What did he say?"
Yeah, it's pretty much he was trying to take control of the situation
right off before he even opened his mouth. But what was the statement? Because it was kind of funny. Because I loved how Tucker, he laughed at it.
Yeah, he what I was amazed at, because my wife's not a big fan of Tucker Carlson. She thought that he's so anti-Ukraine, which I don't know if he is or if he isn't. But during that interview, I was impressed by the fact he didn't do the theatrics that he normally does. He stuck on point, and he kept trying his best to pull Putin back into the questions to get a straight answer. I mean, he was actually being a true journalist at that point. It wasn't the typical Tucker Carlson laughter, making fun of people, heckling them. It was like, it was a true interview. It ranked up there with who's the guy from the past? Walter Cronkite. I was really impressed.
Oh, I thought you were going to reference Geraldo opening Capone's.
Geraldo's about drama.
I'm teasing no, because you remember when he opened Capone's safe? It was just a jokey joke.
But there wasn't anything in that safe, if I remember.
No, that's why it was a blunder. But yeah, Geraldo tried to be. But no, Walter Cronkite. I knew who you were trying to say, and I felt like, I can't speak about the political. Again, I gotta.
Which I understand where you're coming from, but I'm talking about the interview that happened, plus this young fella, Kevin, I believe his name is. I've subscribed to him since that interview, because I was really
So we listened to it and tried to, and I felt like Putin. I felt like he liked to hear him. I felt like just watching him. I just wanted to watch his mannerisms. I felt like we could learn a lot from just like how he says things, by behavior and analysis, right? I felt like he just liked to listen to himself talk, and he wanted he wanted to exude. But what struck me, and my husband showed me this. I don't know if it was on the news, but if you saw a picture of him and Clinton back in the day, he looked a lot older back then than he did during this interview. He looked a lot younger in this interview. Okay. Did you guys notice that?
Well, he was thinner back then.
Okay, but he wasn't like Donald Trump, like makeup, kind of orange. I mean, he really looked tan, and his hair, he really looked so much better than he did back in the day when he was meeting with Clinton.
That's right, OC Stacker. Meet Kevin. That's the name of the channel. Meet Kevin. I was really impressed because I subscribed to him.
For the ball, I did too. My mom let me stay up late because I loved all the old mobsters, and it was a big disappointment. But still, nevertheless, it was a cool safe. Quotes.
Yeah, I remember that. It was in a hidden place too, if I remember.
Yeah,
correctly.
it was. I mean, they thought, I mean, I would have probably peeked in there before I had this big program live and then just pretended it was like, oh, see what we found? If there was something in there.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed that there was nothing in it, but you know, what do you expect?
See you in a minute, Amy. No, I still want to go back and I like to look at things 2 or 3 times because I think I'll hear things. Sometimes you miss things, sometimes I miss things. So I have to go back and read it or listen to it. And I would like to, as a matter of fact, I would like to read the transcript. I would rather read than listen.
That's what I'm looking for right now is the actual written transcript.
I have that. Frostbite. I got it.
Okay, send it to me.
Can I
Because
have
that's
one?
I would rather read it because
Yeah.
mannerisms
I'll
and
read-
stuff
I'll
like
send
that, they can make mannerisms that take your mind off of what they're actually
Right.
saying.
And sounds and
So-
stuff. That's why I'd rather read. And
Yeah. So I'd rather read and then go back and listen, know exactly what I'm hearing,
yeah.
and then understand how they utilize body language and things like that to
And you know,
soften or
guys-
strengthen the language.
And I'll be honest with even the chat, you know, and maybe I shouldn't, but in our description, sometimes you'll see where it says transcripts. A lot of times, if I go back and I want to watch a program or if I'm watching a replay of somebody's live stream or a video, I would rather read the transcript than I listened to it. I retain more if I read it rather than if I was to listen to it. Unless it's a visual, unless I need to see a visual and they're showing me something on the screen, I would rather listen or I'd rather read than listen because I can retain better.
I like the,
I agree with that.
Go ahead, Tiger.
I agree with that, but usually I'm old school. I like to read on paper, so I print stuff off so I can.
I
write it.
print it off though, and I do, and I'll keep it for my notes. If it's something important enough for me to want to take the time to print off and read, it's because it's information I want to remember. So I put it in my binder.
What were you going to say, Frosty, before I so rudely interrupted?
So as an analyst, I will do both at the same time. So I will watch a segment and then I'll read it.
Okay.
Am I seeing and hearing the same thing? So I do mine. Mine is medical. And Tiger and I know I look at medical systems and programs and do they function and how they work and how do we improve them?
Ranger Blue.
So when I look at something like that, I will watch a segment and then I'll read. And then I'll go back and I'll watch it again. And did I pick something up the second time? Because when you were talking about gesturing and language and position, right? If you see somebody sitting in front of an interview with their arms closed, they're closed off to that discussion, right? It's
Right.
So looking at those kind of items, now you'll see something, you'll hear something, you read it, it's like, I didn't catch that. And
Right.
you'll go back and then listen to it again. You missed it again. Now you need to look at why did you miss it?
Right.
What were they doing? What was being said? What was the action? What was the premise? And so that's when you get to learn how they utilize language to deceive you.
Yeah. Well, and I think that he knows he is all about deception. I think that he's taught deception.
The Russian
that's-
culture, the Russian culture, they're taught deception. In fact, a battle that they lost, that they teach in their school systems, is when Napoleon kicked their butt. Because
but they're not the only. I mean, look at Hitler and deception.
Oh
Look
yeah,
at Hitler and deception. Look at
we're
Cuba.
We're having that here with all everything that is being pushed in our country. It's all deception to let the people in power do more.
I'll tell you what. Yeah.
But in the time of war, they're taught to deceive so that they can, win whatever battle they're up against. And they use the Napoleon battle as a historical teaching thing.
Saddam Hussein, same thing, deception of their own people. I mean, and he used it too.
Well, Saddam Hussein was a puppet of more than just himself.
Maybe Hitler a little bit.
So there were other issues
And
there.
Stalin. Oh, well, yes, but I mean,
How did Saddam Hussein come into power?
Wasn't he a relative of someone?
Wasn't it? He was in a room and didn't he kill all the opposition?
But who helped him? Who helped him come to power?
The United States.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that's where you were going. I thought, okay. Yeah.
Where so
Yes.
and again, it's like, when you lose control of your puppet.
Osama bin Laden. Yeah. It's when you lose control of those people, right? Yeah.
Yep,
But
when you lose control of your puppet, bad things happen.
Putin was
That's
a
true.
former director of the KGB. Yeah. Listen, I would never be good at deception because even since I was little, you could read everything on my face. My mother always told me that I always got in trouble with my face.
Tiger, remember the quote that I used yesterday?
You gave me a few yesterday. Which one are you talking about?
That I used with my ex. So my ex once said that, and I was like, well, it's because it's easy to read a blank page.
Well, well.
So never say you're easy to read because you open yourself up for immediate criticism.
Well,
You're way more complex than you give yourself credit for.
well, I'm teasing, but I mean, you could read whether I'm upset. You could read whether, but and that to me is not a blank page because I can give you tons of different pages if you want to see them.
Oh no, and I'm just being facetious. It was said in jest. She's aware it was jest, but again, we do that to ourselves a lot. We don't listen to the words we speak to ourselves. So
Yeah,
I was just making a generalized statement. I wasn't talking to you directly.
You were. I saw you look. You were. He was talking to me, guys. I don't really care. I'm teasing you guys. I'm really easygoing, and I don't take anything personally or get offended.
You're a layer. You got layers. You're like a parfait.
Oh well, yeah, but I'm only gonna show so much of that.
What's that?
That onion. So much of that onion is going to be peeled back. That's you're only going to see so much.
Nobody likes onion. They like parfait. Nobody like parfait.
Invisible River Ranch. Good to see you. Poker face.
said
Okay,
that?
so yeah, I'm not a good poker face, but you know what? I would rather you see the disdain on my face while you're talking to me, so then maybe I don't have to talk back.
Sonny says you can read like a book.
My favorite Nick face is when the head tilts, the eyes roll, and the face.
Yeah,
twists.
that one I cannot help, and I have tried. So many streams when we first started on YouTube, we tried to see how long I could go without making a face. It didn't last long.
I almost got one today.
But yes, in Tiger, and God bless his heart, because he'll because they think it's funny, and he'll be, can you do the eye roll? And I can't do it unless I can't do it on cue. It's got to just happen, or it just doesn't. My eyes don't go that way unless it just happens.
The best example of one of those was at your 1K giveaway.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
I felt I was enamored by your look, dude. But I was like, I felt bad for you at the same time.
That got her that way?
Huh?
Say again?
Wasn't that Silver Wolverine that got her that way?
No, that was Gypsy Wolf.
Gypsy Wolf, okay.
Gypsy, yeah. And it's just Gypsy. It's not anything harsh or rude.
And that's right. And I tease him all the time, but that's
when
Gypsy.
you get to a point, it's like, okay, that's funny. Okay, yeah, stop.
It was cute like 2 hours. It was cute like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
It was cute 2 hours ago the first time. And then I was over it.
And I'll never be able to do it. She's like, okay, I'm done.
I missed that
I
one.
laughed so hard. I was
I'm
like,
so sorry, you guys. I had to witness that because I didn't even.
I'm telling you, if you are having a bad day,
hey, Silent Silver,
and you want to get a little bit of reversal of your bad day, go to that lady's channel, pull up her shorts where she throws the eye roll, and just let it keep going over and over. You will laugh so hard you'll forget about your bad day.
So
you need hold on real quick. Tiger, change your language when you say that. Don't say go over to Nikki's and pull up her shorts.
Oh, that's okay. They know my name. And that's just one thing too. You guys, even when I started on YouTube, I was like, I'm never gonna have my real name on there.
I didn't even think about how that came out.
I know it's okay, but you know what? again.
Yeah, so sometimes I am funnier than other times.
No, you're okay.
usually
No, it's
what we
okay because
do.
I mess up and I call myself that sometimes too. That ship sailed a long time ago. I'm not that creative, right? So yes, my real name's Nicole. My name, they call me Nikki, and then so Nick, and I see they call me Nick. I mean, so I'm not that creative. I'm very basic. But just think of what you saw on screen because that was natural because you try to in mixed company, so to speak, you try to be the best on your best behavior, right? So I try not to show him too much disdain. Should have seen it backstage after the show. Those were the best faces.
I like that
I
piece.
love him.
That piece is cool.
Yeah, it is.
But you need to learn that when you show a piece, you need to bring yourself up and make yourself big.
I didn't want to take people away from the two.
I don't like to be big. I know people do, but I'm just in my showing my true colors. But yes, I don't like to be the main one on the screen. That's pretty.
You like
That's
that?
a good piece.
See, I
He
don't
doesn't
like
like that.
I don't. I really don't. I get very uncomfortable.
I'm glad you weren't picking your nose or something. That would have been horrible.
Yeah, well, that would have been really gross. Where's the dude tonight? The dude
Digging in
tonight.
your ear or something.
Well, she had you
Like,
picking your ear, picking your nose, and then you eat it.
Like, oh, excuse me. Sorry. I'll be right back.
Gypsy. Oh,
Almost got the end roll. Almost. Love you, Nick.
take me off.
Working
Take me
on it.
off.
Working
Take
on
me
it.
off. It's
Working
gonna.
on it. Working on it. Hold on. There you go.
He's slow. Give him a minute. He's got to figure out that
Yeah.
second button is the one he's got to work on.
I am the same. I don't like. What's funny is I don't really. Yeah, I would rather. Yeah, if we're in the group, I'm more comfortable. But I don't mind being up there. I'm getting more used to it. But I don't care. I don't love it.
I don't have any problem being on camera.
We
with
could tell.
myself or somebody else. I know I don't.
No,
But I don't want to be in the limelight.
I agree with you.
I
I understand
don't
what you
want
mean.
somebody pointing and saying, "Oh, check this out." I don't
Right.
because it's like, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I know what you mean by that. I
That's
do.
not because
I don't want to be the whole. Yeah, I get it.
I would prefer, and this is, and Tiger and I have talked about this, and I talk about it in my channel. I'm educational because I like helping people, right? I'm not. I love to collect. I don't have the sources to always do it. That's why listening to some of what you talk about having a limited budget and being able to identify what you want to buy and being smart about it, especially in a stacking realm. In a collecting realm, it's like you really have to know what you want to get, save up for it,
To
and then
narrow
make a
that
goal,
down. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I really want to do education because that's helping people. But I can do that behind the scenes. I have my best streams are not live. They're one-on-one or
You have to be
3-on-1, and
I find in this community, if you're disciplined, you're going to be very successful in your collecting and your stacking, but you have to have that discipline and you have to have that plan. And that's just, but my way is not going to be the way for everybody. And that's why I think this is great because I will pull from others and see, because I'm always constantly looking and reevaluating what I'm doing to make it better. Because I've made a lot of mistakes in the beginning, lots of them.
Oh, I have to.
But you know what? I'll never make them
easy to
again. But
do.
I'm glad I did. And I'll tell you where I made the biggest mistakes was listening to people on YouTube telling me, "Oh, yep, you should go have that graded because that is a coin you should have graded, and that's going to grade at this." And it never came back at that, and I would lose a lot of money on that. And Kennedy, I mean, when I first started, yep, man, those were the days. But OC, Gypsy is going to be watching the Super Bowl this weekend. I talked to him yesterday.
Which day is it?
Sunday, but he's working until Sunday, and then he's going to take that day off and watch the Super Bowl because he's a big 49ers fan too. Big 49ers fan. So I didn't start stacking though, and I'm a collector first, and I love coins first, and that stacking came later. Stacking came later when I found that you could stack cheaper than you can actually collect a lot of coins. And once I had some series that I was through with at that point, until I was able to get some more cash to afford better coins, it just naturally went into stacking.
Well, that's one of the things I
Hey,
wanted
Silver.
to point out.
Silent Silver.
That's one of the things.
Tiger. Yeah, that's one thing I'm going to tell people. Don't go behind Tiger at an auction and think that they're going to be able to do that cost effectively, because I've watched him at an auction and I'm just like, whoa. And he won't even be at the auction. He'll be like, okay, did I win that? If not, I'll take 10. Give me
Who's
50.
Who's that?
You.
It all depends on what it is.
Of course. Well,
I am decreasing the amount of animals I'm getting.
the animals.
Okay, let me
Can
put it to you
can
this-
we clarify that, Tiger?
Okay, let me put it to you this way. I have a monster box, but it's actually a guardhouse box. But it's because this is a monster box that I'm filling up with silver eagles. But an American silver eagle monster box does not do well for space. It's a lot of wasted space with eagles.
Okay.
However, I do have a couple plastic monster boxes that I've put my animals in, that I call my jungle. That because when you put them in individually instead of these crazy tubes, you can store more stuff. But those plastic boxes, I have collected a lot of animals, and I like it. It didn't start it that way, but
So I should have done my unboxing today. So you want to know what I got in the mail today?
what's that?
2 ASEs. 2. Just 2.
That's
I
still
started
more than you used to have.
Yeah, 2 more. But again, I'm on a budget. But I'll tell you what, guys, guess how much I paid for these 2024 ASEs? Do you guys want to take a guess?
Go ahead.
$26.10. Shipped.
That's really good. That's better than I've ever gotten.
Uh-huh. That's because I know how to shop. You don't
That's a
just
good
buy it
price.
from the first place you see.
I've
I mean,
been buying them in the $27 area.
No, you don't always have to buy from somebody you know, too.
no, you don't. No, but I'm very I know my source. I know and have, word of mouth is good advertisement as well. You don't have to have somebody that you know from YouTube or whatever, but a Bullion company is where I actually got this, from a Bullion company. They're not that anymore, but because I purchased them a couple weeks ago, and then of course I don't do my credit card either. I do by check, so you still get it that cheaper as well.
True. You can also buy them
that's true.
in this right here, these Comex slices. They're going for about plus or minus $26 per ounce.
Is that an ounce? Because that's
No, that's 15.5 ounces. Turn it.
15.
Okay.
15 ounces.
5 ounces. And basically, the way it is that
Tiger, I don't think that fits in my wallet, though.
Yeah, is that your pocket piece, Tiger?
no, this is what the wife stole from me.
That's his pocket piece.
Yeah.
He carries it in his. Well,
And I think Azure Blue said something about too buying. Oh, well, you guys were close, but no, I do. I'm a good shopper, and if I can't find it at the price that I want to get it for, I don't do it. I don't buy it. Period.
Well, these ones, there's a guy named Ian. He's affiliated a lot with Long Live Coins. They call themselves Silverback Precious Metals. This is from a COMEX from 2022, bar number 71. This is the second slice, and 3 nines and all that. And you can even see the actual makeup of the COMEX on the outer rim.
That's
But
really pretty, Tiger.
Stamp it like that. It's okay, but I really wish they wouldn't put my sister all over
I've
it.
never seen anything like that before. That
$26 an ounce approximately.
times 15. So
Yeah, it's not
I'm
a cheap
curious.
buy.
No,
But it's cool
Azure
too.
Blue, you said that you buy the ASEs and you buy the maples. So what makes you go for what would make you go for an ASE versus over a maple or vice versa?
Price. That's a
Well,
big one.
Yes, and price is, but
She's talking Azure.
well, no, that too. But I'm just curious. I mean, I think I've heard different reasons from different people, and I was just kind of, yeah. In my opinion, right now I'm getting ASCs pretty much close to what you can get a maple for, and I'm always going to go with the American.
I would go for an ASE.
Sovereign. I'm sorry.
I said I'd pretty much go for an ASE if they are about the same price.
Same, because and it's because it's American Sovereign, yes. But I think they're all pretty maples.
Maples are not that far off from America. Number
Fine.
one. Number two, they're not usually less expensive. Three, they have much better. Hey, 949. They have much better security features, and ever since they had their
Maples do, yes.
Ever since they had their milk spotting technology, so from 2008, they're awesome. Oh, by the way, if you ever look
Good night, Papa York.
The night, Papa York. If you ever look,
I know, I can just imagine.
If you ever look at a maple, the ones with the radial lines, I call them striations.
Yep.
Now, I've done a few videos on this. If you can see the striations that are on there.
Yes.
I've done two, maybe three videos on how you can check for fakes. It only works with maples that have these striations in them.
Was that with the copier?
Yes.
Okay.
It comes out with a purple, white, and black hue, which I think is a prism type of effect.
Did you try that though with an ASE just to see?
Oh yeah, a long time ago when I first started stacking and I knew nothing about nothing, and I copied everything that I purchased to prove that I actually owned it in case I got robbed.
Okay.
So and that's how I found out about this, about the copier, because I was copying everything, constitutional, gold, and whatever I bought went through the copier. There's proof that I actually owned it. And then I started realizing I was learning and I didn't need to do that anymore. But that's when I found out. I still have that sheet of paper.
Do you want to know what I did when I first, the sound of real silver when it clinked. I loved that sound. And that's how, I could tell was just by the sound.
So I used to work in a convenience store. While I was going to college, I worked at a golf course and a convenience store. And that was how, you got to hear the sound of the change. They'd put the change down and they'd be like, ooh, that's different. Set it aside.
Yeah. And
how
of
I got
course,
a lot of my stuff early on.
The color too. But sometimes even like silver was dingy, dirty that, you really couldn't see either, but it was the sound always. And copper. Even the sound of copper versus the zinc. It's funny how I have to read something, but then on other things I have to hear it. But
oh, I understand.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons I do all the different tests that I've got. I've got metalytics, I've got a pinger, I've got all sorts of things. The only thing I don't have is an X-ray machine.
So when's the last time, did you try that on every year, or was it just a certain year? Have you done it recently? I'd like to,
I've done it recently, and I put it in at least 2 videos. In fact, my last video,
Durbin Bell.
When I went, oh, well, that's nice.
I can't hear it.
What is that, a Joe Durbin one?
You can't hear it?
I can then. Yeah, it was hard to hear. I couldn't hear it. That's a Durbin Bell.
I gotta get one of those.
And how good.
Great quality.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Is that a 90 or a 40? I can't see.
This is 90. This is a Morgan.
And you know, there's even a distinct sound between a 40 and a 90.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Yeah, I'll go grab my other ones.
it's just the sound of the silver. I just love it.
I did a video on all the 4 types of metalytics that are out there. And the metalytics is awesome. It does have a few quirks, but
Mhm.
one of the quirks is if it's not on the list, it will not give you an answer. But what's interesting is that if you have a ping tester,
I do have one.
and you have, let me see here. I'm going to pull this up on my phone. Okay. Where is it at?
Oh, here.
No, I'm talking about my app. Here it is.
Can you hear that one?
Mhm.
Yes.
That's the 40. Is that a 40?
That's a 40%er.
Yeah, I could tell by the sound on that one. Yep.
Yeah.
This thing will test things that the metalytics
And that's
won't
the nice
test.
one.
Oh yeah. I need one of those domes. Okay, Tiger, what are you showing us right there?
This here is an app called Coin Tester.
Oh
So
yeah, I won't pay for that crap.
Oh, yeah.
It's free.
Oh, it's free?
It's free.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's strictly for iPhones or if there's other ones.
Yeah, 'cause I won't pay for apps and stuff. That's another way too, guys. Don't buy. I save money.
This will test all sorts of coins. Cloud.
How does that test it though? By sound?
By sound.
By sound.
Yeah. And it'll tell you pretty darn accurately.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I stay away from that kind of stuff because I figured it would charge you because a lot of apps do charge you. So, you know, I like to listen to podcasts while I'm running, and now each individual podcast want to charge me. So it's like I had to hurry up and use my 7-day free and listen to the podcast to finish the series because they're going to start charging, kind of like our streaming services have done, where, you know, our streaming services weren't that expensive. Then all of a sudden you have to buy the Disney one, you have to buy the Paramount one, you have to buy the Hulu. I mean, and so on. Now our podcasts are becoming that way.
I haven't watched
Too bad.
TV in months. We don't even do anything with TV. No Netflix, no
Yeah,
nothing.
but the podcast I was listening to, it's just I love history, and I was listening to Iran Contra. I wanted to hear and I have to say I work with some very interesting people. So one of the women I work with, her husband was actually an attorney for William Cohen during the Iran Contra trials. So they lived in Washington during that time, and so he was. And my aunt's uncle was Caspar Weinberg. So yeah. So I wanted to listen to.
I have no recollection of that, sir.
Yeah.
That was their phrase. That was their phrase.
Yes. Yes. And
I have
then
no recollection of that, sir.
And then they were realizing too at this time, and they didn't want to embarrass President Reagan, that he wasn't able to recall a lot. But they found out why.
Yeah, that was pretty much when they discovered that he had the early stages of
onset of Alzheimer's, and the lead attorney, what was his name, Walsh, the lead prosecutor at this time, saw him staring into space, and kind of like he would repeat himself, and so they realized what was going on at this time too. And Caspar Weinberg, he was convicted, and then he was pardoned by President Bush. But anyways, William Cohen taught a few classes at my law school. Brilliant guy. Yes. Oh, Azure Blue again. I can't tell you exactly where I'm working right now, but I'll have to. A lot of history, I'll tell you. One day we'll have to talk. William Cohen is, yes, he's a senator. He was a senator from Maine, and I think what was he during the Reagan administration? Can't remember. It wasn't Secretary of Defense, was it?
It was Casper Weinberger, wasn't it?
Yes, but he was. But he, by this point, though, he was only for 2 years. He was more part of the Reagan administration when he was in California, and then Casper was a couple years, and then he kind of left because he knew what was going on, and he didn't like what was going on within, and he wanted to get out of it.
Yeah.
So
it was more than just Oliver North. That was like their catchphrase during that trial.
Oliver North was the pawn. Yeah. I mean, Oliver North was.
He was the scapegoat.
He was, but he was okay with that too because he served President Reagan. Secretary of Defense, yes, he's still doing classes, talks. But so a woman I work with, her husband was his attorney. So it was just it's just interesting to talk about that history because I love President Reagan.
Oh, Reagan was one of my favorite presidents. Yeah,
me too. Reaganomics.
I loved his stories.
Mm-hmm. He was a great storyteller.
He knew how to engage. Right, he learned his audience by watching them, and then he would curtail. He changed speeches to fit his audience, and you never would have known it.
But no, you wouldn't. But if you go back into his history on how he became how he realized this and how he learned to do this, his father was an alcoholic and he was an angry drunk. So he had to judge his moods and he had to adjust himself with that as well, being a child of an alcoholic. So he learned that. And then of course he was in GE in those commercials and a lot of history with him.
One of my favorite stories of his is about the young boy who was selling cats outside of the Democratic convention. And these kittens, they were barely a week old. Mm-hmm. And he was, Democratic cats. And, they were like, no. Well, 2 weeks later, there was the Republican convention in the same hall, and the kid was out there selling what was left of the cats. And it was like Republican kitties. And he said, well, hold on, dude. Well, a couple of weeks ago, we were here and you were selling them at Democratic cats. And he says, yes, but now their eyes are open.
That's funny. What is it? The 9 most famous words. I'm here. I'm the government and I'm here to help you, or something that he said. That was one of his famous speeches. So I don't know, Frostbite and Azure Blue, because I think that but did you know back in 2004, there was a dime made with President Reagan on there up until 2000. There was 2004, 2005, and 2006. They did it for 3 years to have the mintage was about 10,000 each year to campaign to have him put on the dime instead of, they wanted to change that. But Nancy Reagan said, I don't want to see him on a dime. And I had one, but I gave it away. But look up a Reagan dime.
They're pretty expensive. I've got a whole tube of them.
Oh, that's right, Tiger. You had one too, because I remember showing it on a program on one of my live streams, and you said you had a whole tube of them.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I had one, and somebody wanted it more. I mean, I gave it to somebody. So, but yes, I wanted to find some more. But the 2004 was the first year that this a special mint. I don't even remember the mint, but it was a campaign to try to get President Reagan on the dime, and I just thought that was neat because you don't see that often. I'm sorry?
Nancy put a stop to it?
Yes. If you look, and because I did a lot of research with that, because Nancy was a closet. She wasn't a Republican. Oh. But I don't know if that, I mean, I don't know. I don't know why she didn't want him on the dime, but she didn't want him. I really didn't. I don't. Okay, so I read many books on Nancy and during her administration, and I did not like Nancy, and a lot of her administration didn't like her either. A lot of his administration.
Do you think it was because she had to deal with his Alzheimer's stage before he passed away?
No, I think she was much controlling well before then. Yeah. Reagan started out as a Dem as well. Yes, he did, but again, the way I look at that too is it's much different. Dems, yeah, it's much different. I think it was a little bit different. I have hard copies of Reagan's biography. Nancy Pelosi. But yes, I would really, before we moved from Georgia, I went to, and I think it's neat. I want to go to as many presidential libraries as I can. So I went to the Jimmy Carter Presidential Library. I've been to the Kennedy Presidential Library. I'd really love to go to there's the Bushes in Texas. I'd like to go to the one in California. I want to see Nixon's and I want to see Reagan's. I don't care whether Democrat, I just want to see all of them. I think they're neat. And to see the history of that particular person in each library.
I've only been to 2 of the libraries.
One, Texas, Bushes?
Bushes and Reagan's.
Oh, you went to Reagan's too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so
my headquarters is there.
Oh.
Well, not
Reagan.
in that building, but fairly close.
Oh, neat.
I'm reading a quick thing, and it says Sauter offered an explanation as to why she said no, referencing Roosevelt's confidence and courage among imperfect humans who sometimes got sick but are capable of great kindness, or referencing a crackpot, the exploitation of Reagan for jaw-dropping selfishness with rich exploits turning inwards in fear. So
could you
it's I'll post it in the chat.
Okay.
They basically said that the reason that the Mint and them turned him down is they called him a crackpot.
Right?
Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
No, it says a choice that Sauter offers is simple. The choice of Roosevelt or a crackpot. The exploitation.
That's bad.
That was the argument against why Reagan shouldn't be on there.
Oh, that's too bad because I think Reagan, I'm sorry, but I think Reagan did a lot of good things for this country back then. And I think that kind of makes me mad. It kind of upsets me a little bit because you know what? I don't care which president it is. I respect the office of the president of the United States. And I may not care for the person that is in that office, but I respect it enough and it should be revered. And I'm not going to call any of the presidents a crackpot. That's just me. And I may not agree with every president, but I feel like that they should be respected and the office should be respected. 100. I mean,
well, my granddad used to tell me, being military, I had an uncle served in the Marines. My granddad served in the Army. I served in the Navy. And he told me, he says, I want you to learn 2 lessons. And if you take these lessons throughout life, then you're good to go. No matter where you go, make friends with the chef.
Yeah.
And number 2, you don't have to respect the person, but you do have to respect the position.
The position. And that's
learn to respect the position.
Right.
You don't have to like the person, but respect the position they're in.
Right.
And we forget to do that.
Yeah.
I don't forget to do that because I'm very respectful of, I mean, it's a tough job, but yes, it is a position that should be respected. No president of ours and any president should be called a crackpot. I don't care which president it is. And I mean, I can tell you who my least favorite president was. Two of them that I think are the worst president. But again, I was never call them a crackpot. The U.S. Mint. Okay, I think we should all do a write-in campaign.
And put Nick in office.
Well, but here's the thing. So it's all political, right? I don't care if people like this or not. I'm numismatic, that's fine, but I have zero respect for the United States Mint. When I found they were going to Tulsa, I was going to make an attempt to go there, and then I found out that they were confirming I won't go. I want nothing to do with the U.S. Mint.
So I mean, I don't keep the U.S. Mint,
The
and I don't really,
politics that they're holding
okay. Yes.
overcharged. Now I want to be very clear. When I say this, I am not degrading, disrespecting, or belittling the artistic talent of the medallic artists who design the coins. I'm not disrespecting their work. I'm not disrespecting their talent, because they are talented folks. But the politics that choose the items is jacked.
Sure.
And
I said
why
that from
we
the
should
very,
not, huh?
I said that from the very beginning, as far as like,
Yep.
and I'm a woman, so it's okay for me to say this. I don't like the women quarters. I haven't from the get-go. I was upset with the women that they chose, and I think it was political, and I think we were just checking off boxes. That's just one example.
Well, and again, that's so when they offered us to choose the items, and they came back with the fact that, a horse represents liberty or a tree represents liberty. I thought these were the classification of the matriarch, the one who teaches, the one who guides, the one who governs, justice, liberty, pursuit of happiness,
Right.
always represented by a strong woman. Why? Because they had the capability to balance.
The justice.
Right. And that was right. That's why we did the checks and balances. We have the three legislative.
And that's why you see the scale. Yeah.
Yeah. And so
Yes, we see the scale. It's Lady Justice. Yes.
for them to come back and say our representation is a beep beep tree, it's like, well, okay,
It's new agey.
symbologically, a freaking tree can be cut down.
It's new agey.
Yeah. And so it's like, now I would have loved to have seen liberty as the flowing hair again. And that not necessarily even the heraldic eagle. Do something different where it's not the exact same design. But
It's
it would have been
right, shiny, and it's true.
Could you imagine? Now, obviously, they probably wouldn't go with the bust dime or the bust
or the booby
half.
coin. We're not
Right?
gonna have
They
the booby coin
probably
ever
wouldn't
again.
go with the 1916 standing liberty.
And
quarter,
literally, they call it the
you know.
booby coins, right?
Yeah.
It's a booby
And
coin.
so, but I can understand why they might not go with that. But the flowing hair is a representation of our virgin nation,
Mhm.
right? The
Liberty, justice, law.
purest of what our decision idea of liberty was. I just think it's just
Azure Blue,
They
I'm
would
going to
be
call it out. I don't want that. And when the U.S. Mint has these polls,
That's exactly
and
what I'm saying.
exactly, it's, and I'm not afraid, but when they have these polls, or they ask you, oh, give us some ideas and write in, I spent, I don't know how much time writing in on 20 women that I thought would have been wonderful on these quarters. And then they also wanted to know, you had to write two or three sentences along with it on why and what they did in history. And I spent a lot of time on that list. And then to see, the list that they chose, I was very disappointed.
Okay. I'm going to say this without any disrespect. And if you guys want to look at what I'm saying as disrespectful, my humblest apologies up front, but I'm going to call something out there. Harriet Tubman, outstanding. I'm glad they chose her for an item, but to have 7 coins is
It's too much.
ridiculous. But I'm going to tell you right now, they did no service to her by putting what looks like an ugly dude's mugshot on a coin and represented it as Harry Tubman. It's a
I agree.
disgrace.
And I think that Harry Tubman, I think
Disgrace.
that she deserves to be on there. And I just don't, I agree with you 100%.
And so
They
I
could have
just,
done her, they could have done it so much better. It's just that's just it. They could have done it so much better.
there's so many cool. Now, I will say there's a few pieces that are coming out that I liked. Now, the Jovita Idar, I really liked the artistic
On the
idea
what
of
now?
having the Jovita Idar, the American Woman's Quarter, where it had the wording as her
Mhm.
shirt. Okay, interesting take. That's artistic. I get it. It's
Mhm.
fine. It represents hers. It's a true symbolization of what she was. I got it. No big deal. Okay. You look at some of the other ones. Yeah. Okay. No big deal. Okay. That's fine. But I'm going to pull this up. And I mean, again, folks, I'm not showing this to be disrespectful. But I did a little short on it and said, I would not buy
Mm.
this. I do not recommend that you purchase this 3-coin set. Save your money.
The collab, Daydreamer just spoke about the Britannia, and to think about the Britannia and then the Lady Liberty, to think of the collaboration with our mint, I think that I do not like that design either. I think the collab could have been so much better. It reminds me of like playing cards, a deck of cards.
There you
A
lot of people will say, yeah, see, God, that's gorgeous looking.
Mhm.
But here's my deal. Okay.
I think that's very pretty.
Harriet Tubman lived a very hard life.
And she did a lot of, and she was, yeah.
She did a lot of good stuff.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
so I want to be very, very clear. It's
Oh,
not
look at that.
very. Okay, now see, I couldn't see that on a
Go
coin.
get him, girl.
Okay, but when you're talking about the design of a coin, and they want everything to be symbolic, why not take a little bit of?
I have that
I
one.
need that one for my ship series. Oh,
I
actually, I
have
think
that
I
one.
have one.
Boston
might have
Tea
one.
Party. And then is a snake on the back? What time is it? I'm getting
Don't tread on
sleepy.
me.
Oh yeah,
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 don't tread on me.
Mm-hmm.
But so, Tiger, do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
I'm sharing my screen, and
Okay,
again,
Brilliant.
folks, I want to be very, very clear.
Azure blue.
Okay, the stuff that I'm showing you is not meant to degrade, belittle, demise Harriet Tubman. I'm talking about the mint's choices
Of
for putting
design.
something on a gold coin.
Mhm.
Can you share that I pulled you up?
You want me to pull you up?
Pull what I'm sharing up.
Oh, never mind. Oh, that's right. I got to go to the next row.
Is that?
Yeah. No, I don't think that it's not a very good. No. Do you think if
Okay,
she was
now-
here today, she would want to be depicted like that on a coin?
So here's the thing, right? Okay. If you look at old pictures of her, she's hard. She lived a hard life, and that's fine. I get
did.
that. They don't
Mhm.
they don't want to do that, but they have taken her and made her look like a dude.
Yes. They could have
Okay.
softened her neck up a lot. Yeah.
There's a lot of things that they could have done
Yeah.
artistically. Now look at the new Lady Liberty, the new peace dollar, right?
Mhm.
That was very well done.
Yes.
I know you don't like the peace dollar. That's fine. I get that. We know where you
But
stand
I
with that.
still did it. But again, it's not that I don't dislike. I like the Morgan better, but I like the old series. I think we need to stop. I mean, let's move on.
Yeah, but
let's in 2021 and be done with them. Let's do something different. But yes, Azure Blue, I would love to tell them. And I do, because I do write-ins, honest, I do. But I just feel like it's falling on deaf ears. And I feel like when they ask us questions and they want us to do surveys, I don't feel like they're listening to them or,
okay.
you know.
So Tiger, I'm going to share this again. Okay.
Okay.
And I want, again, when we're talking about this, this
Yeah,
is a
that's
much better rendering of what the coin should have been. Okay.
Mhm.
That
Yes,
is Harriet Tubman,
because that's her. That's depicts,
not
yes.
her son.
Well, right, but it shows her the hard life. You see that in her.
Exactly.
But she looks like
Exactly.
a woman. She looks like a woman that has had a rough life. She doesn't look like a little boy.
Right. And this, now this, if the gold coin would have came out and it looked like this,
That would have been well done.
I would have been all over that, because this is a gorgeous piece of art.
Yep.
This
Yep.
represents who she was. The other one
And
makes her look like some
that
thug dude. I
that
mean,
actually looks like, yeah. It looks like
here,
it looks like a
hold on, hold
picture.
on.
It looks like a real picture.
Okay,
Make,
so ready?
yeah,
The
that's
one
true.
nostril on the gold coin looks like they freaking stuck
But
the
you know
freaking
what, I look at that and I hope this
horrible.
comes out right. But it's almost like they've taken every stereotypical, every stereotype and put it on a coin. Does that make sense?
Amy, that's perfect. That's exactly the right wording. She looks earthy and real.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. That she was a woman of the land. She had a very hard life. She fought very hard for rights. She did an
Fought
amazing.
very hard for people. She took
Yeah.
care of people. I mean,
But that
that was
coin. Sorry,
yeah.
I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
No, well, I mean, I don't mean you were
No.
going the same way. We're saying the
Yeah.
same thing, but
Yeah.
I need to quit.
No, you're fine. Yeah.
So, but my point is, okay, so maybe it's difficult to translate to a coin. I get that. Hold
But
on.
they
Wait.
translated it though.
There are some other coins that look really close to their freaking design element, and they're way more intricate.
Right.
So you're telling me you couldn't get some of the shadowing and stuff to work with this coin? Absolutely.
Absolutely. I just don't understand. Yeah.
It
Yep.
just, yeah, it's,
There's
by
no
the
words
way, in
really.
case you
I mean,
haven't noticed.
I'm just sitting here because there's really no words to describe.
Yeah.
The disdain. I mean, sorry guys, it's late. Oh,
Disdain is a good word. And again, so folks, and here's the thing, and I'll tell you this, I got no problem. If you enjoy the stuff that comes out of the mint and you want to buy it, I am not telling you not to do it. If you ask me if I'm going to spend my money to get something like that, the answer is going to be a hard and fast
senior
no.
management.
But I can just explain, and like I said, my granddad taught me, and my dad was really engaged in my life. So
Mhm.
I learned most of my stuff from old America, my
Mhm.
great-grandfather, my grandfather. And they told me that, it's okay to agree to disagree,
Mhm.
but if you issue a statement of problem, explain how and why it could be better,
It could be
offer
better.
solutions, and say, if you don't agree with this, that's fine, but can you give me insight as to why, not opinion, insight as to why it won't work?
Right.
Because
And
then good discussions happen. Sorry. I'm sorry.
exactly. And that's what I like about YouTube is the discussion time, because I have a lot of opinions, but I also feel like I can tell you what I would like to see. I'm not going to just complain about something just to complain about something.
No, that's exactly right. Yeah. And I don't like to complain without having a solution. And sometimes my solutions are stupid and elementary because I don't understand it. But I will never present you a problem without trying to find some sense of agreement, solution, or middle ground.
And that is it, is that we can find middle ground, and that there's always, and that where common ground comes, right? When you find that middle ground, it's common ground. And there you go. And sometimes the men, I wish they wouldn't just leave stuff alone. Like type 1, type 2 American ASCs. I like the type 1. Why change it?
It was perfect the way it was.
And I feel like it was as well. I don't get bored of that stuff. I thought it was beautiful.
And that what makes up most of my upcoming monster box.
Yeah, well, see, I just love the Walker. That's my favorite coin too. So, I just why fix stuff when it's not broken?
Oh, so true.
Okay, let's have a discussion. Do you think they'll stop making the Kennedys, stop mentioning the Kennedys, and move on to something else?
It'll be a long time. It'll be a long time.
I don't think so, and I don't think they will.
I'm gonna share one more image. This
Okay.
is the only other coin that I'm going to attempt to get.
Asher,
from the
below
United
that
States Mint.
common ground right there. We could.
We don't use half dollars. Why are we still minting them?
Well, that's true too.
We don't use them. I give half dollars to people all the time, and they look at me like, what the hell? I actually had a manager stop me and say that the $2 bill, you can't use that here.
Oh my gosh.
And I had to explain to her, you can't do this. So these are, if you haven't seen these are the greatest generation coins.
Mhm.
These are World War II, right? The depiction of liberty, right? The World War II, the memorial. I think this set of coins will be one that I'll fight to get, right? This is going to be one that I really like. I will still not buy it directly from the mint. I will buy it secondhand. But say again, Nick.
Oh no, I was just repeating. You said secondhand.
Oh.
Secondhand
Or secondary market, whatever you want to call it.
Well, no, I was just wondering if you. I was going to ask you why.
Well, so I don't know how many people.
Is a principle not to.
Is there anybody in chat who understood what I went through this year with the mint?
I don't know the story.
Huh.
Sorry.
So, starting early in the year, I had put in all of my subscriptions for the various coins that I wanted.
Okay.
Right, the reverse proofs, the Morgans, all that. And 949. I know you do, and I greatly appreciate you. He's the reason that I have my Navy medal. Every one of my subscriptions, they took the money out of my account. 2 weeks later, they told me that there were no more, and then refunded my money.
Oh.
Every single time.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. Yeah.
I got on with them and I said, look, this is happening. And they're like, that's not possible. And I took copies of my bank statements and I got on a telephone call with them and I said, look, so the last time it happened, I said, this is what I want you to do. I want you to remove me from all correspondence, because if I receive one more item from the mint, you guys are gaining interest on money on a product that I am not receiving. You are taking money out of my account, gaining interest on something, and then returning me my money without gaining that interest. It might be only a few cents.
It's
and
still,
you're holding that. That is a crime.
Yeah.
And I sent them all of my bank statements and I got a refund.
And that's too bad. I mean, I didn't know your story, but when I do name drops with
Did they pay you the
SW,
interest or just the refund?
I've heard other people have the same similar story, and if it's happening to multiple and even more than multiple people, we've got to question that, because it may be 3 cents from you, but it's 3 cents times how many, right? So
200,000.
it could,
right?
You say 3 cents, but that's just your 3 cents, and then all the others they're doing it too as well, and that's going to add up, and it's going to be a lot of money, and then it sounds like you said criminal, and that's another way I save money too, is I pay what I'm supposed to in taxes, and when the when the United States government will pay me interest, then I will overpay my taxes to get that refund at the end of the year. but I owe 0. They owe me 0 at the end of the year.
949. I love your buddy. He's like, I'll give you the brother-in-law deal on that set when it comes out. Yeah, but you know the thing, and I got to tell you, because I was so angry, and I was like, because there were 2 coins I really wanted out of that entire thing. I wanted the reverse proof sets because I wanted and you and I talked about this. You're a Morgan, I'm a Peace.
Yep.
Right? We got that. It's okay. We got it. We understand. I don't
Mine's
think she
better.
looks like Medusa.
Mine's
You think
better.
she looks like Medusa. I think she looks like she fell off the wagon after being, drinking too many drinks and
Hey, and I want to be like that person.
But again, this is what makes community fun, right?
And
You can
that's
talk,
okay,
you can
'cause-
have these
yeah.
conversations. Yeah.
Yep. And I
But
the
the thing
reverse
that
proof
upset
set,
me,
but- Go ahead.
but the thing that upset me was that I called them.
Yeah.
They put the order in. They took the money out, and then I got another cancellation.
My gosh. Yeah, I
They
think
put the order in for me. And I'm like, you can't tell me.
I think
that
our
there's not
military
something-
servicemen should have the first dibs, 100%. That's what my first thing I would say to the U.S. Mint. Our military servicemen, the people who have served this country, should have first dibs to any product. Then we can order. I mean, there should be some benefits to you serve this country. There's a lot of, and I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of people in our chat that have served this country. A lot of people in the community.
Oh yeah,
They should have first dibs.
a lot of people
This-
who bled.
For this country or lost family members. They should have first dibs when it comes to military coins. I don't care what coin it is. They should have first dibs.
Right here.
And that's what I would do first as queen, is our military and servicemen would.
Ladies
have
and
first
gentlemen,
dibs.
ladies and gentlemen, hold on. I gotta get this out loud.
A drum roll, please.
Well, I'm trying to do this. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the subsidiary of people who are voting Nick for Queen. This advertisement has been paid in full by Tiger Stacker.
all of our servicemen and women will have first dibs on coins, plus with a 50%
Tiger.
discount paid for by the U.S. Mint interest that they're making off people when they take money out of their account and they don't give them the product. That's where we'll get money from.
Well, and again, being a service member, being a disabled vet, somebody who's actually bled for the nation, I don't request any special treatment.
And I know, and most servicemen don't. They don't.
Right,
Most servicemen and women don't. Yeah, they don't.
The only thing I ask is that
It's for your product.
You respect the sacrifice that the service members have made, right?
Yes.
Don't shit on your service members.
No.
Right? They bent over backwards. They gave up their life
For us to have the freedom
cases.
to sit here in this chair and have a crown on my head and talk on YouTube.
Freedom ain't free.
It's not free.
Now, this man here has done more, because I was part of the Army Guard and Reserve. My unit never got called to duty during Desert Shield and Desert Storm, which was scary for me at the time because I was fresh out of med school and knew just enough to kill someone. But my unit never got called. So I was there eligible to go, kind of. But this man did something.
But you know what? So, and again, here's the thing with all of this. I had it easy compared to the people who went and did the door-to-door in Iraq. The people who were doing the mountain crawls and going down the caves. The people who had to do the foxhole searches in Vietnam, who had to sleep in a jungle and deal with rot within their feet. The shell-shocked World War I and World War II people where millions and millions and millions and millions of men and women died.
And I also have respect.
I had it easy.
I
You know,
mean,
yeah,
my
I had bad stuff happen to me, but I had it easy in retrospect. Every ounce of freedom I have was laid on the backs of people who went before me.
Mhm.
And that is the price of freedom. It's brothers, it's sisters, it's mothers and aunts and uncles and nephews
Because
and
they all
cousins.
serve, in my opinion, the families serve along with the servicemen. I know they're not fighting the
Yeah.
war, but they are home taking care of the children, and they suffer too. I mean, it's the, so yes, I don't want to, and I am French too, Azure Blue, so I don't want to be like Marie Antoinette. Let them eat cake. I'm just kidding. She really didn't say that. That's a myth. A myth.
Really?
It is a myth, yes.
Yeah, she said,
Yeah, she was as she was eating it. But in reality, though, they wouldn't have been eating cake at that time. It would have been a bread that was tasted like
Yeah.
cake, but it was more bready.
she was saying, let them eat crepes.
Yeah. Yeah, with a little bit of jam, strawberry jam on it.
Yeah,
Oh,
but no, again, folks, when you're talking about military, you're talking about stuff like that, you'll hear me say it every time on my stream. If you're a service member, you've served. But I'm going to tell you, I am adamant that the women in our hobby deserve respect. And I'm going to tell you one reason for this. Okay, as men, it doesn't matter if you're a military woman and your husband is the one who stays at home, it takes a special person to be the person left at home. But I'm going to tell you right now, in our community,
there's a
women
lot
are
of
not looked at the same. They don't get the same level of respect. They don't get the same level of courtesy. But I'll tell you what, it takes a special breed of person. There is no stronger woman or no stronger man than the person who has to care for a vet, who has suffered at harm's way, who comes back with PTSD, alcohol issues, issues with stress, shell shock, whatever it might be. There is no harder job than to show grace and
Absolutely.
love when you have dealt with those kind of things. The military spouse is the strongest freaking person in our nation. The loyal ones, the honest, loyal ones, not what we used to call the Westpac widows.
I don't know what that
Um,
means.
It means that when their husband would deploy, they would be the first ones at the bar. Um,
Ah,
but I'm talking about, good diehard men and women who stay at home and take care of the families, take care of the kids. The military spouse, there is no stronger entity in the planet because they are what keeps the home fires burning. They are the ones that keep that going. So when you give away something to a vet, you always give something away to the vet caretakers. Always.
that reminds me of something my dad taught me, but it was not about vets, although he was a vet. He was a Air Force during the Korean War, and he had a rough go of that. He never talked about it that much, but it makes sense because analogous to that, I would look at my dad because in my form of Christianity, the Orthodox Church, we always gave high respect to the wife of the priest, Papadia, or in the Russian language, Matushka, meaning little mother. So why is the Matushka Papadia treated so high, like with the priest? And he looked at me and says, "Who takes care of the people in the church?" I said, "The priest." I said, "Who takes care of the priest?"
Yeah, exactly.
Then it was like, boom. So what you just said fits. And I've always treated wives of military men with ultimate respect. But if I didn't have that as a young man, I wouldn't understand it in the context that I later had to learn with military men and the women and their spouses, which I want to thank my dad, God rest his soul.
Amy
teaching
Harold
me
served.
good. What's that?
Amy Harold. There's just a lot of people in our chat that have served, and
We have some amazing vets in our
We do
midst,
in this community. Yeah.
and we have some amazing caretakers as well. But if you run a channel, I want to be, and again, I'm not trying to tell any channel what to do. Actually, I am. I am. If
Okay.
you give something away to a vet, you had damn well better give something to the caretakers, because they work just as hard.
Makes good
And it
sense.
is a thankless job.
It is. It
You
is.
work in military medicine, and you see some of the spouses that come through, and they're walkers and crutches and on oxygen and all this stuff, and they're there every step of the way, walking them through, making sure stuff is done, scheduling their appointments. It is a thankless job, because a lot of times the vet has to rely on it. It's not that it's something extraordinary that they're doing.
And
It's just a way of life.
yeah.
Sorry.
No,
Yeah.
I gotta sometimes watch what the VA is not doing as good for the veterans as they should either.
That's
So
true.
here in Texas is probably the one place that I've been. Now, when I lived in the Mountain States for a while, the VA in Salt Lake was decent. It was good. Oklahoma, the VA was terrible.
In our area,
But
it's not really good. Mhm.
Texas has a really, now there are still problems. People will always find issues with the VA, but the fundamental tenet of what they do here is pretty good.
The
And
fundamental,
having
yes,
been to a bunch of places, it's
right.
pretty good here.
It's a lot of not staffed, so then they're not able to meet the needs. So it's understaffed, and I know my father-in-law, he was in Vietnam, and it's just a level of care. They're understaffed.
Yeah, there's a lot. I want to call something real quick to something that 949 says. I can count the number of times at 2 a.m. calls that I got from my son while he was in Iraq. I was glad I got the call, but the feeling of helplessness wears on you. Being a military member is tough, right? And Nick just hammered something that is extremely important. They're not staffed. Our vets are underserved. But I'm going to say something that's going to piss some people off. We have a bunch of vets that are asses, that expect it, that manipulate the system, that play it, and they take up the resources away from people who really need it. And that gamut, that BS that works in that fashion, those people need to be hammered. Their ass needs to be nailed.
But for me, it would be hard for me to judge that, because I have no business judging that, right? So I can't. So if I see that, I can't call it out, because, do you understand? As like you would be able to. It wouldn't be right for me to do that.
So, okay, if it looks like a fish,
Right? But
if it smells like a fish,
Mhm.
if it tastes like a fish, but you call it a spork, does it make it any less a fish?
No, but I've never walked in those shoes, so how can I judge?
Okay, so judging and pointing out flaws within a system
Okay, that's
to be
different.
of service are different.
Mhm.
Offer solutions. How can you help?
Mhm.
What can be done? And I don't do opinion. Opinions are like asses. Everybody has one, right?
Well, I'll tell you something that we do for veterans in my area is we have a coin club, and
Well,
they
we have art
also
clubs and all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
and so I'm part of that, and they teach me, and so that's just something that I haven't. But I go once a month, and they do meditation as well. I don't go to the meditation, but it's a group of veterans that they meet, and they were lonely. They lost their spouses, and so we have a coin club, and there's a lot of females involved, and then they do meditation with another group, and then they also do swimming on. So we do that kind of stuff. So that's what my daughter and I do.
Hey, JJ, what's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Hey, JJ.
JJ wants us to crack us. Okay. You know what I need to do then? I I need to tell you guys what happened to my son. Nick, did I tell you what happened to my son?
No.
So my oldest boy, I have 2 boys and a girl, and my oldest boy has a really nice motorcycle,
Oh,
but
Harley?
he tries to work on it. Ducati,
Huh?
really not Ducati.
A Ducati.
Okay,
I've never. Okay.
or Ducati. Well, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with it.
Anyway, I was helping him change out the fuel filter in the bike because he doesn't want to scratch it or anything, and he's kind of timid. You just got to get in there, get it done. Be careful, but
Right.
just work on. So we put the fuel line into a tuna can, an old tuna can, because you don't want the gas to get all over. And
Uh-huh.
our cat came over and licked the gas and then started running around in circles on the grass and then fell over.
The cat?
The cat just fell over, just
Okay.
bam, hit the ground. And my
Okay.
youngest son came out and he was freaking out because it's his cat.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, Dad, oh my God, did it die? And I was like, no, son, it's okay. It's okay. It just ran out of gas.
Oh, geez. Okay. I thought it was
There you go,
gonna-
JJ.
I thought I
There's
was
your
going to
thing.
have I was going to, shed a couple tears.
There's-
For the
no, JJ said to lay down some jokes, so I had to throw one up there.
I'm surprised he's not eye rolling. JJ, he eye rolls quite a bit.
If you eye roll, put you right next to the next picture right up there. You can eye roll together.
I can't do it on cue. You guys have to
I'm
make me.
teasing you.
I know. If I could do it on cue for you and it be real, I would. But
Nick, love you to death. Would step in front of a bullet for you. I love you that much.
really,
But if I'm gonna favor you that much, I'm gonna pick on you. And the more I
I
pick on you, the more I love you.
I know.
Frosty gets it all the time.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to get off. I mean, I can't believe I stayed this long. I mean, I'm probably so tired. I probably can't walk up those stairs. I'm tired.
Are you warm right now? Last time we did a live, you got really
I was
chilled.
cold. I'm warm. No, I'm warm tonight because it's like 40 degrees. It's like 75 in Texas talk. Yeah. I mean, kind of is, but I don't even know where I was. But before I leave, Princess Nick is we have some rules now that I'm gonna enforce.
Uh-oh. Look out, guys. Run for the hills.
Okay. Veterans and active servicemen and women get a mint discount. They get dibs from the mint. Those are the first 2 rules. I don't know what the other rules are right now. Well, I'll think of them when.
And this public service announcement has been brought to you by Tiger Stacker.
We should really do a commercial. And let me see.
I got something.
I'm gonna have 3. I can't just have 2 rules. It's gonna be 3 at least.
Well, while you're thinking of that,
Think
don't
of it.
hop off before you tell me you're going to hop off, because I got something to put down.
You gonna lay down a track?
You never know with me, now do you?
Are you really? Are we gonna be DJ Tiger?
Well, something's been playing in my head, and I'm just going to roll with it.
Okay, so he's gonna lay it down. He's gonna lay some tracks here tonight, and I'll rap. And you do the beatboxing.
You're with this.
We are a hot mess.
Can you
This is a
rap
hot
the
mess.
Bill Withers?
We are a hot mess. Said you don't know us after. They're gonna be like seeing us in the chat elsewhere. They're gonna be like, I don't know you.
Oh.
Who are you? Seriously. You're gonna be like, da da da, we're going elsewhere.
Honestly, can you rap to Bill Withers?
Bill Withers. I don't even know who that is.
You will.
Oh. I'm scared. A little bit scared, Tiger. Wow. It's kind of scared, right?
It's cute. I like it.
Wow. Is that say golden beer? Sorry, guys, I'm squinting now. Does that say golden beer?
Yeah.
I'll take the gold. You guys can have the beer. I'm a lightweight. I'm not good on. I'm silly without it. I mean, can you imagine?
I think Ellie knows what I'm up to.
Okay, Tiger. I can't think of my third one. I'm gonna have to. And I'm hungry.
I understand.
I didn't even mean to eat, but I ate on your stream too.
Did you share?
No.
Gotta share it with the class.
You come over here and get it. You come down here and get it. I will share it.
You a good cook?
It was Reese's peanut butter cup.
Oh, okay.
I got more upstairs.
Okay. What did
You didn't know me and Frosty had a channel, Wolfie? Yes.
See, Nick
might
and
not
Frosty
wanna-
before didn't know they had channels.
You may not want to go to mine though. I don't know. Nickel's here.
What's up,
Hey,
Nickel?
Nickel. I'm waiting for us to have that sports stream because I think I could go a couple rounds with you, Nickel.
Nickel won't stand a chance.
No. I'll have him out in the first round. 8 seconds.
What's 8 seconds?
I was talking in like boxing. Yeah. Like boxing. I'd have him out.
Oh, okay. I thought I'd missed part of a conversation.
Well, I mean, I guess I just wasn't that funny.
I wasn't sure whether I should laugh.
I just wasn't. It really wasn't that funny. Yeah, just yeah.
It's like I didn't know you knew my wife.
Oh my gosh. Ay. Oh,
Can't
meaning
see you, Frost. What do you mean you can't see me?
we can't see you.
Oh, my camera got
There
shut
you
off.
are. So Nickel, yes, he and I we go back and forth on favorite players in ball, like baseball or basketball, and he knows what to do to get a rise out of me on a stream. He knows what to say, and he knows he'll instantly get a rise out of me. Another one of those blank pages. Frosty, I was going back on your joke that time.
I missed it.
Yeah, totally.
I missed. Yeah,
I see you there, but I just wonder if are you really there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Well,
I was actually.
No, I know. Now I forgot the joke. Oh,
I just realized that I didn't do my live stream for tomorrow morning, so I'm like,
well, you got to get that going. Yes,
I'm doing it, but it's okay.
Clemens.
Tell me your joke again.
Oh, I said something about he knows how to get a rise out of me on certain players, and he'll say it in the chat, and he'll say he knows how to dig to get a rise out of me. And then I said, because it's another one of those blank pages.
Ah, yeah. Easy to read.
Yeah. He knows what to do. And I embellish. You guys, I embellish, sometimes too. That's the second page.
So you don't want to hear something really funny that
Sure.
you guys are going to think this is funny, but when you get older, you'll have a proctologist. And he told me that the number one person who is good with dealing with constipation, you know who it was? A mathematician. And I was like, you're kidding me. A mathematician? He says, yeah, they work everything out with a pencil.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
And I got the visual.
You'll never
JJ told me to bring in the jokes.
The number 2 pencil ever again the same way.
Do we have to talk?
Why do
we
you
don't
think they
want the-
call it a number 2 pencil?
Yeah, but we don't want the shitty jokes.
Oh, I just saw.
Ah, ba-dum-bum.
There you go. Where's the drum roll?
See, this is when you need to be able to do this. Go ahead. Ready?
Oh, wait. I can't. I need to work on that. We need to work, get this in sync in. We need to be in. Are you going to lay a track on it? It's going to be in sync, isn't it?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
No, it's not quite as modern as NSYNC.
Oh, so he is going to lay a track. Okay, I got to go to bed. I mean, I'm getting silly and I'm going to act like, look like I'm drunk in a second.
I didn't realize how late it was.
Yeah.
So you.
But I'm warm. I mean, that's just it. At least I'm warm. It's like, it's 40, but it's like 75 here.
Yeah, I felt really bad at the end of our last stream. You were kind of shivering like a leaf in a fall breeze.
I was so indigent, and my hands were so cold. Oh, it was so cold. But I'll do it was for Tiger. And I enjoy the streams. I do enjoy everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Well, Tiger,
you.
thanks for bringing me up.
That was my
Finally,
pleasure.
after he, kept you down there it was like,
I didn't know that.
he kept Frosty in the corner.
Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Didn't know
I was
that I
like,
had to scroll down.
He kept, I mean, seriously, it's like he put you in the corner and he wasn't letting you come out.
Why
That
didn't
was funny,
you
though.
tell me?
I was
cute.
laughing.
Do you
I was
know
in
what
my
I'm
own
talking
inside
about?
joke.
I'll
You
give
were
you
going
an
to
example. Hold on.
I do, like, Nickel, I have an open mind. I'm gonna go back and revisit that.
You were, hold on, let me put this up here. You were down here with just a little tiny top of a window that I had no clue. And then I was told you were in the basement, and I saw this little scroll thing for the first time over here. I'm like, I never saw that before. Rolled you
I
up.
will
there
show you
were.
how to resolve that issue.
Okay.
What issue? What do you mean? To where you can see them better?
So when your screen is scrunched down to where you
Yes.
can only see 4 or 5 people,
Yeah.
you can actually hold your control key down and the mouse. So on your mouse, you have this little roller bar.
I don't have a mouse.
Okay.
Okay, you can do the same thing with your
On my
because you use
laptop.
Mac.
Yeah.
Right. So you can, like your control key and then like your minus key. It
Yes.
should take the screen down a notch, make it a little bit smaller.
Okay. Well, I do that up
fourth
here.
person. Yeah, they'll
Yes,
take that
yeah.
fourth person and bring it over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, no.
and you do the same thing in that screen.
Yeah.
And what it'll do is it'll bring people onto one line.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you know you're expecting people and you can only fit 4 across that line,
Yeah.
you drop it a notch, and now you have the
Gotcha.
capability of 5 or 6.
He needs a bigger monitor because I got a bigger monitor here, but this stays put, and then I took my laptop up.
That's my laptop.
So my
I
laptop.
actually use a TV screen.
Okay, so I have my laptop
Yeah.
here, and then my monitor is up here, and it's like 40 something inch. So that way I can see the people down here, and I still have a hard time seeing chat. I know.
Okay. So I have
Similar to that, but I don't have
Yeah,
that. I mean,
That's
mine's not,
what I'm going to get to.
mine's not like a spaceship where I can rule the world from my basement, like you. Sorry, but I
I've
do.
come to take over the world.
Yes, he is running the United States in his basement. Well, I don't know, but in Texas. Yeah, I just have the one monitor, you guys, in the laptop, but this will stay here, and then I'll take the laptop upstairs with me. And Tiger, if you do have a bigger monitor, you're able to see and like lift it up a little bit, you'll be able to see people on the bottom.
Let me see something.
Put my glass. I know, see Stacker, I know, but they're granny glasses.
No, it's not doing that. I'm always.
You guys,
computer
they're like
challenged.
those ones that you wear on your nose. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That would, I mean,
That's what these are. They're reading glasses.
they are?
Yep. I
Well,
only
see-
need them to see just outside of my arm's length. Other than that, I
Yeah,
see
see,
perfect.
that's the same. I don't really need them all the time. And that's why I don't have them.
Yep. I just for sitting at the distance that I'm at.
Yep.
There. That's
And then,
all I use them
and
for.
really, I don't have the granny glasses. I'll just steal my husband's when I need them. And, I get a crown from Tiger.
I got a crown from the dentist.
You did? Wow. Did you get gold in it? Did you get a gold one? Did you get a
No,
gold?
just a crown.
Okay, people, I learned about dental gold. I have learned about dental gold.
Send it
Frosty,
to me. I'll wear it one stream.
what's that?
Send it to me. I'll wear it one stream.
Oh, that would be
You can
hilarious.
wear it
I'll
once.
come up there with the crown on.
So what I need to get one that has a, I need to find a silver round that has a frog on it. And then I can put it on my tiara.
Tiara?
Yeah.
Yeah, that, right?
Then it could be like Princess and the Frog.
Oh, see, I didn't catch that onto that. I don't do Disney, because I'm sorry, guys. I'm not, my personality, I could sit here and talk to you guys, but I can't sit still enough to watch a movie. And Disney bothers me because in all the Disney movies, the parents are dead. They kill the parents all the time. Cinderella, what happened to the mom? Frozen.
Are you kidding me, Elle?
She's gone. Oh, he's
No.
got one for you. Oh, snap. Oh, snap a lack. And you got a crown. And you got a crown. And you got a crown.
He's like Oprah.
Yeah. And you got a crown. Snap. I have gold dental bar. Seriously, you can get dental gold for very inexpensive, but it could be worth a whole lot. I mean, please don't pull people's teeth and steal dental gold.
Don't pull them, punch them.
Don't pull a scorpion.
If you talk to your dentist,
over
I
here.
bet in their back room, they have dental gold that they'll never use and they'll sell it to you. And I know that's creepy weird, but one day they were getting my little toothbrush, when they send you after your cleaning. And I saw a box that said dental gold. I was like, intrigued. And yes, I'll have to tell that story
What
Did they
carat?
sell it to you?
I'm going to make them an offer next week. This is just as far as, this was recent. This was as of last week. He wasn't sure of the carat because I guess it can come in different carats that they can put in your mouth. And so, seriously.
This is apple juice, by the way, folks. This is apple juice.
Gold is gold, right? Nickel, seriously, you like to scrap. Gold is gold.
Yeah,
Any way you look
gold
at
is
it,
gold.
gold is gold.
Yep.
I don't care whether it's a gold coin or gold.
So
Gold
why
is
don't,
gold, and
why
we
don't
know a
they-
spot price.
Why don't they want to keep it?
And I'm sorry,
Why don't they want to keep it?
they don't use it anymore. There's not many people that go into the dentist and say that I want a gold filling.
Okay.
And that's just, they're not using it. It's been there for years. And I really believe because it was his father's practice and now it's his son's practice. I wouldn't be surprised if his father wasn't using it,
Okay.
because the practice has been handed down.
Okay.
I don't know much about dental gold, but I saw gold and I'm going to research it. And then if it's good enough, I'll make an offer. But again, I'm not going to make, I'm going to look into it. Why not?
Yeah, you need to know what the purity of it is before you make the offer, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
24 karat soft. Yeah. Soft. Yeah, I guess, but they make jewelry out of it too. So if you were to sell it to somebody, they could melt it. They can make jewelry with it. It's not like it could go to waste.
It doesn't.
Yeah, 24 karat gold would be a terrible idea for teeth.
Yeah, I don't.
Because
So it's 16
your
karat.
first meal, that'd be
Well,
flat.
because I've only touched base on it because I saw, they didn't even know it was back there. But when I saw something that said on there dental gold, that's what I thought. So they asked the head hygienist and she looked at it and she's like, that's what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna look into it further. Why not?
No, it doesn't cost much to get a key, which is a name of a product that tests electrical resistance to test the purity of gold and even platinum.
16
Like
karat.
$200.
So 16 karat, that's going to be stronger because I think they have to, of course they have to make it hard and fit it into the the cavity and stuff. And then it's got to hold.
You would think though to burn the tooth because they'd have to melt it, wouldn't they?
No, well, I don't see. That's just it. I'm not educated in that enough to know. it was
I'm
enough.
sure
to
they
keep
have
it
some sort of dental kiln and mold that they
Yeah.
would
So I'm gonna
put it
read.
in.
You know,
And,
look.
yeah. But Tiger, I need to get out of here. I got to get I
Okay.
got to get some
So
Z's.
Azure Blue is that something I should look into?
Especially
say
after yesterday's.
Did you have
Point,
Did you have something happen yesterday?
Oh, we just talked until like 3 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
So
we had a good
I'm like,
time.
I got to get some sleep.
Yeah, I was toast this morning.
I'm
Yeah.
toast right now.
So,
So,
all right, folks. Well, again, Tiger,
before
thanks
we
for having
go-
me up. Nick, it's good to see you and joke with you.
Good to
and
see you.
It's fun. We'll have to have you
Always
over on my side soon.
Sure.
That'd be nice.
All right,
Before you
folks.
guys go- Before you guys go, so just for Nick here. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away.
Oh no. That was lovely. Tiger, I'm impressed.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it.
I'm very impressed. What a voice.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Brought to you by Nick's Coins.
And that's my third. We have to listen to Tiger. Tiger, I'm really impressed. That was lovely.
Anytime, Nick. Anytime.
All right, Joe.
Good night.
Be well,
Good
be
night.
blessed. Take care, and we will see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Good night, everyone.
I think Azure Blue, I think he said something about, let me see. I'm going to go back and look at this comment. They use the metals and fillings and crowns, etc.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm sorry. I was seeing if they're going to educate me on this.
No, that's Nickel's song. Taquito.
Oh,
Dun, 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 dun.
the Peanut
I'll
song.
figure that out, Nick.
Pee Wee Herman.
Okay, you ready? You ready?
Yeah, do the Pee Wee Herman.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's a scream.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So,
Oh, I don't mind making a fool of myself. Y'all take
Oh, I
care.
don't
Be
mind
well.
either.
Be blessed. We'll see you guys
Bye.
later.
Ending the stream. Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Platinum used to too. So